Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are fantastic. In this video, we will get complete idea about Datadog from the zero to hero. We will cover the topics like Windows agent installation, Linux agent installation, service monitoring, process monitoring, real user monitoring in Datadog, and then comes application performance monitoring, Docker monitoring, metrics, what are the different types are available, synthetic monitors and what are the types in the synthetic monitors, what are the monitor creations, like how to create the alerts, and finally we will learn about dashboards. If you are visiting our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to it and let's start now.
Hi guys, welcome back. In this episode we'll learn about how to do the Datadog agent installation on Windows servers. Right now I have connected to the Datadog environment and here you will find an option called integration. Just click on the option integration. Inside that there is one more option called install agent. I'll just click on the install agent so that it will go to the next page where we need to select the proper agents here, whether we are going to monitor the Kubernetes, Docker, Amazon ECS, Google Cloud Run, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, AIX, different flavors were available here. So right now we are very much interested in the Windows part, so that you need to click on the Windows icon. As you are able to see, right, Windows. So what I will do, I'll just click on the Windows option. And then it will go to the next page. You can see that install the Datadog agent on the Windows. And here you should come down and you need to click on the select API key. Click on this option, then click on the use API key. Now it's copied and our command is also ready. So here it is clearly mentioning run this command from an administrator in the PowerShell session. So means I need to open the PowerShell ISA as admin and run this command. Let me open PowerShell ISA as administrator. Okay, then I will run the whatever the command given in the console. So for that, here you will find an option called copy. You need to just click on that so that the entire things will be get copied. I will go to the PowerShell ISA and I will paste it here. Then you don't need to do anything. Just click on this option run script, so that within few seconds our Datadog agent will install successfully. Once it is installed successfully, we need to see the Datadog agent inside the services. So for that, in the search you just type services.msc, so that you can directly go into the services page where it is completely list out whatever the service were available. So we are very much interested in the Datadog part, so that I'll just click on the button D. So now right now there is nothing, there is no service by the name Datadog. So if I refresh also, let's wait, it's not appearing anything. Okay, now you are able to see the details of our server. For example, right now I have only one server and corresponding information you can see it here. It is belong to Windows environment and what is the status of that server, what is the CPU usage, what is the IO wait time, all the necessary informations are here. If you want to know the more information about that particular server, you just click on that so that it will go to the next page where you can get the detailed information like metrics, containers, processes, networks, logs, traces, profiles. Inside the host name, you are able to see how many CPU cores are there, what is the logical cores, what is the IP address, then memory and also the file system. And then if you scroll a little down, you are able to see the platform information, like this is the server name, then what is the version of this one, kernel name, kernel release, machine name, right? And along with that, CPU related few more informations you are able to see, network and memory, like whatever you are able to see here, right? That is expanded manner you are able to see here. Then if I click on the next option, that is metrics, you can see the beautiful graphs where you can understand what exactly happening with your machine. For example, here you are able to see the process queue length. So this is what you can see here at that particular time interval, what exactly process queue length. If you are not interested in the process queue length, if you want to change this particular metric, then you can click on this drop down option and then go to the other things. For example, I am interested in the disk used by the device. So if I select that particular metric, you are able to see the data here, right? Like that you can choose according to your requirement and see the data here. Then in another graph, that is disk queue length, you are able to see the disk queue length related information. Like that, here you will get the information about the CPU usage. Like that you can get the more information here. So if there are a number of servers, it will be difficult, right? In that case, you can take use of this search by option and you can search your exact server name here. And the next step about the Datadog agent is installation successful or not. One, as I said, inside the service.msc, and this Datadog Agent service should be always running. And another one is where your machine is installed, there go to the search option and type Datadog Agent Manager. So then click on open. So you're able to see the data over there. So that means you are able to get the data from Datadog Agent to the our Datadog main server or main console. Here you can see, right, logs, settings, checks, and if I click on the check summary, you will get the lot of data here. For example, what is the IO state, what is the memory, what is the network, what is the telemetry, uptime, WinProc, all this information you are able to see over the Datadog Agent Manager, right? And if there are any issues and the data is not going into the Datadog, that time you just need to restart the service. Either you can go in the service.msc and restart it, or else you can take use of this restart agent option. From this you can restart it. Both are going to give the same result for you. And here you are also able to see the what is the version of the Datadog Agent. For example, right now it is 7.70.2. So if you want to do the upgrade and all, that time it is very much useful whether our Datadog Agent is a new version or not, right? Now you can see, right, what is the agent information and what are the system information and host information, what is the NTP offset related data, metadata, all the things are available here. Based on this only our agent is going to send the data to the Datadog. And one more important thing is, right now inside the infrastructure you are able to see these information like host name, status and all. And if you want to know is there any extra option, for that you just click on this particular options, right? Then you are able to see the data. Right now cloud name is not enabled, right? You can just click on this option. Now you can see the cloud name information also here. Like that, what is the operating system you want to see inside this particular section, you can select that. Again, cloud platform. So if you want to see all those information, even the Datadog Agent information, just select all of that information so that you are able to see everything is here only. Like 7.702 is there, right? Even you got the same information when you open from the Datadog Agent Manager, 7.702, right? One more important point is, right now if you go into your Datadog and if you want to see the processes information, you will not able to see that one because the process information is not yet enabled here. To enable the processes, you should go into the installation file and make the necessary changes there. Like where you need to do that one, go into your file explorer and then click on this PC and then C and then program data, okay, and then you will find the option called Datadog. Then click on continue and finally Datadog AML. Here you can see, right, Datadog AML. This is the main configuration file, you can say. Let me click on that, or you can right click and open with Notepad. Okay, open with Notepad or Notepad++, whatever the option you choose better for you, you can just use that one. Right now I'm using the Notepad++. Here you just do Ctrl F and type process_config and then click on find next. Okay, next, this is the main place. Here right now you can able to see this hash symbol. Hash symbol means it is not yet enabled, that is nothing but like a commented kind of thing. So for that what you can do, you can just remove that part. Now you can see that color is changed. Earlier it was in a different color and now it is in the different color. And then here you can see that enable status is false. You should make into true. Right now it is false. I'll just remove that one. I'll type true. Okay, and also just remember this symbol you need to remove, and also this one, process collection. Right, so we have modified three things here. We have just uncommented process config, process collection and enable true. So since I have opened in the Notepad++, it will get saved automatically. Suppose if you have opened in normal Notepad, you just right click or go to this file option, then click on the save. Right, now we have modified everything. If you wait for 1 or 2 minutes, you are able to see the processes also. But make sure you should remember this particular path. It is always C program data Datadog. Inside the Datadog, it is always datadog.aml. Okay, datadog.aml file. Inside that only you need to modify. So what are the options you are able to see? Right, this is the ML file. Everything is here. Based on the requirement, you need to comment or uncomment. Let me go back into the console and I'll click on the containers, and I'll then go back to the processes, and if it is collected already, you should see the process information. Right now still it is not showing. I'll just wait for a few more minutes. Once the process will start appearing, I will show that to you. Okay, so I was waiting for last 2 to 3 minutes. Let me check it again whether the processes are available or not here. Let me click on the server name, and I'll just click on containers, and then I'll come back to process. It should show it here, right? Yeah, you are able to see the complete data over here. Earlier, when just you install the Datadog agent, these informations were not present, but when you did the configuration changes over the datadog.ml file, you are able to see all the data. For example, screenfall.exe, open not visible service is running. Again, some services related to the Microsoft Edge is running, right? All the things are capturing properly here. What is the PID of that one, or what is the total CPU of that, and even the RSS memory, all the information you are able to see over here. For installing the Datadog agent on Windows, so you should check the OS, that is first. After that, you need to verify the services inside the service.msc one place, and also you can open the Datadog Agent Manager, like where you install the server. On that you need to verify. After that, if you want to do the process monitoring, you should make the necessary changes over the datadog.yaml file. So inside that you need to make the changes at process underscore config file. What are the things we need to modify? Yes, this is the one, nothing else. Actually, this should be in the commented format. You just need to uncomment. That's it. These 3 points are very much important. Process config, process collection, and enabled should be always equals to true. So if you are done with all these things, yeah, we are good with the Datadog agent installation and monitoring the data over Datadog. Okay, next concept. Now we will learn about how to rename the host, and then how to create the tags, and finally how to enable the process monitoring on Linux. So when you install the Datadog agent and the Linux box, it is going to get the high level information such as CPU, memory, swap, like that. But to get the process monitoring also, you need to make certain changes over the Datadog YAML file. I'll show that how to do. Right now let's start with first option, that is how to rename the host. If I go into the Datadog console, so this is my Linux box. You can see, right, operating system is Linux. But here if you notice, host name and instance ID are same. If the host name is like this, it is very difficult to understand. So we need to rename the host. How to do that? For that, you need to connect the Linux box first. So let me go to the Linux instance. Let me clear this information. And you should go into the certain folder, like it should be in the etc Datadog. Right now I'm in the etc Datadog only. If you are not sure how to do, just do a cd, that is change directory, then etc, and then Datadog agent. Okay, and then click on pwd. It is going to tell what is the current directory I am in. Now if I do the ls, it is going to list all the files what is presented in that. So you can see, right, these all are the different files present inside the Datadog folder. But we are very much interested in this one, that is Datadog YAML. This is the file we are going to play with, and inside that only we are going to make all the changes such as renaming the host, creating the tags, and even the process related as well. To do that, we need to use the editor. For example, right now I will use vi. How to do that? So you need to type sudo vi and then the file name. File name is datadog.yml. That's it. Now we are in that particular file, datadog.yml file. Here you need to make the changes. So as I said, first I am interested in changing the host name. Right now, if you see this line, how it is, what it is telling, it is saying host name equal to nothing, like our name is not yet set up here. You can see, like, this is what I am talking about. host name. Nothing is mentioned here. For that, what we can do, we can first uncomment this line. Here I will give the name as Linux 02. I want to see this particular server name as Linux 2 in my Datadog console. So what I did, I just replaced that particular keyword by the name Linux 2. You need to uncomment this one. Right now it is in the comment state, right? You need to uncomment this. So we have set up hostname equal to Linux 02. And then like that, if you scroll little down, here also you will find one option called tags. Okay. So that tag information also you should change. For example, let me come down and just look for the tags here. Yeah, you can see, right? Now the tag is nothing here. We have not set up any tag so far. So now how to set up the tag? For that also same thing. You need to uncomment the information and then provide the necessary data over here. So let me clear this one so that it will be uncommented. Then we need to provide the tag information here, required tag information. Right. For this one I will give it as environment, that is dev or BUAT. Let's consider BUAT. So I will give environment is BUAT. So it is not necessarily only one tag. You can give the multiple also. Now what I will do, I'll just give one more for understanding purpose. I'll mention it as department, that is Wintel. It means what? This server belongs to Wintel team, right? Okay. So now we have set up everything, and finally you need to save the information. To save that, you need to first click on escape, then colon, then W, then Q, and then you need to click on shift 1. Okay. So it is like exclamatory, right? So then click on enter. So what happened now? So whatever things we have done inside that Datadog YAML file, that is saved successfully. If you want to see that information again, just do the same thing and then click on enter. So now you are able to see the data, right? Whatever we have done, right? That's all able to see it now. Okay. And whatever the changes you do over the Datadog agent level, I mean the agent level, after that you need to restart the agent. Then only our changes will get effective. And the command from the restarting the agent is sudo system ctl restart Datadog hyphen or dash, you can call agent. Make sure this command is correct. Sudo system ctl restart Datadog agent. Then click on enter. Okay. Now our agent is restarted. So within a few seconds, you are able to get this data over our Datadog console. Let me go back to the Datadog now. Okay, I just came back to my Datadog. I'll just go to infrastructure. Then I'll click on host map here. So by this time, server should show here. Yeah, you are able to see, right? This is what our server name, Linux 02. Earlier, it was showing only the instance's name. Now it is showing the exact server name as well. Here you are able to see some duplicate. You no need to worry, it will go. But yeah, now we have modified our server name successfully. And also I have shown you that we have created the multiple tags over there, right? If you remember the server, we have created the multiple tags here, like team infra, then your environment equal to BUAT, and department is Wintel. We should see the same information in Datadog also, right? Let me go back to the console and then I'll click on the server. So once I click on the server, you should be able to see the information. Okay. Here infrastructure and then host map, and then Linux 02. Okay, yes, we are good with this setup. You can see, right, whatever the tags I created on the Linux box, you are able to see that. Environment, that is Wintel, and then environment BUAT, and environment prod, team infra, all the things are there. Even host name is changed to Linux 02. And one more interesting feature is regarding the filter. So if there are only 2 servers, 3 servers, that you can manage very easily. But if there are thousands of servers in your environment, if you want to look for certain setup servers, in that case, it is very much difficult to search the server's name by the name, right? In such cases, you can take use of these tags. For example, I have created one tag that is environment equals to prod, right? So I'll just search by that particular keyword or a tag, and you should be able to see only those servers wherever prod tag is there. Okay, so this is the place we have the prod tag, right? Earlier it was 3, now it is changed to 2. You just ignore this one. As I said, it will go in some time. Likewise, if I remove everything, you should be able to see 3 servers here, because this is my another server that is Windows. But we have not set up any tags over there. We have set up the tags only for this Linux 02. That's what you are able to see. Apart from environment prod, if you want to see like team, whichever set it to the infra, for that also you can do like team infra. It is there. Okay. Yeah. You can see right now only one server we are able to see, that is where we have set the tag as team equals to infra. This is what the importance of tag creation. So that's what, if there are 1 server, 2 servers, no worries, you can handle it very well manually. There is no issues in that. But thousands of servers, how can you do? In that cases, tags play an important role. Whatever the tags I have created, that is at the Datadog agent level. That's what you are able to see it here. But if you want to create over the console also, that is also possible. You can see right inside the user section there is add tags. You can create here also. So I can give the information as like tire test, something like that I will give. Okay, now our tag is ready. This is a user tag, and whatever the tags you are able to see here, this is from the agent level, this is from the user level. Hope you understood the complete difference, how to create from the Datadog level and how to create from the user level, right? So this is how you can rename the host and create the tags. And now we left with only one thing, that is how to get the process monitoring. Now if I go back to the infrastructure section and then click on the Linux server, you are not able to see any processes here, right? If I go to the process section, it's nothing showing here. Why? Because that is not configured. Right now Datadog agent is not sure what all are the process it should check, or it should send to the Datadog. To make that modification, again you should go into the YAML file and make the necessary changes. Let me go to the EC2 instances now. Okay, now I came back to the EC2 instances. You can see the host name here. Okay, we are good. Now as I said, we need to make the change over the YAML file. Where we'll find that one? We need to go into that path. For example, cd, that is change directory, then etc, then Datadog agent, then click on enter, and then I will do ls. ls means listing of the files, and here we are interested in Datadog YAML file, right? So now I will go to the vi editor and make the change. For that you should use sudo vi datadog.yaml, then hit on enter. To go into the insert mode, you need to click on I. Now it is changed to insert mode. You can see right now it is changed to insert mode. And here we should go into the particular lines that is called process config. For renaming the host, we went into the host name section. Like that we went into the tags as well. Now we should go into the process config. But this file is so big that it is very difficult to go into that particular process config file manually, like one by one. For that, what you can do, then click on / and then type what exactly you are looking. I am looking for process _ config. Yeah, now you are able to see that we are directly going into the place wherever that process config keyword is there, and then click on enter. Now you are able to see at 2 places. One is process config here and another one is process config here. In these 2 places, we are very much interested in this particular place only, because inside the process config, enable status is false. It should be true, then only we can get the data into the Datadog console, right? But how to do the modification? For that also, first you need to click on escape, then click on I. We are again went into the insert mode. So we need to uncomment this part. So everything is there, we need to uncomment, right? So let me come back, backspace, and delete, or okay, and then comes this place. Now it is false, right? I'll make it as true. TRUV. Okay, so now we made the changes, and again also here it is comment, we need to uncomment that. Fine. Okay, so once you are done with the modification, again the same steps. You should click on the escape button, then colon WQ, right, then exclamatory mark. So whatever the changes we have done, right, that will be saved. If you want to see that information again, just do the sudo vi datadog.yaml and you will be able to see that. And now after modifying all these informations, as we discussed earlier, we need to restart the agent. That is must and should. Whatever the changes you do over the YAML file, after that restart is must and should. And command is, we already aware that, sudo systemctl restart Datadog Agent. Okay, now our service also restarted. To check the status, instead of reset, you just use the command status and then click on enter. Yeah, you can see, right, now the status is active and also it is in the enable status. We don't need to worry about anything now. So if you wait for a few seconds, what happens? Now all the processes whatever we are able to see over the Linux box, the same thing will get captured in the Datadog console also. For example, if we type now top here, it will list out all the processes that are running currently, like agent, systemd, RCU or netns. So many processes are there, right? The same thing will get captured in the Datadog. This server I want, right? Let me click on that and then go to containers and then process. Yes, we are able to see it. Earlier it was completely empty, but now everything is there. Systemd resolved, Amazon SSM agent, right? Whatever the service or whatever the process I can say present in the console, right? All the things are here. In the instances, whatever you are seeing, everything is capturing now. How we achieve this one? By modifying the YAML file. How we can modify that? We should go to the correct directory, that is etc Datadog Agent, and inside that we will find a file called datadog.yml. How to check that whether present or not? You need to use the command ls. So it is going to list the file. There you will find a file called datadog.yml. Then you need to use the editor for that. Now I am using the vi editor and then providing the file name over there, so that it will go inside that particular file. We can make the changes. After once you enter into the file, you need to click on I, that is insert mode. And if you want to search anything inside that file, you should always use / and give the exact keyword. Okay, since in the inside that YAML we are interested in the process config, I just searched by that particular keyword. Once I find the exact place, I just uncommented the sections whatever I required. Then I have saved that. How to save that? You need to click on escape and then colon symbol and then WQ and then exclamatory mark, so that what it will do, it will save the changes whatever we have done so far. Once everything is done, and as usual our final step is a restart of the agent. Restart of the agent. So it is going to restart the Datadog agent, and after the restart completion, it is going to send the data to the Datadog console for us, so that we can able to see the data in the console. And along with these things, we have learned one more thing, that to see the processes running on the Linux box, what command we should use? We should use top. It is going to list the process running on the Linux box. Hope you have got the complete idea about renaming a post, creating of the tags, and finally enabling of the process monitoring in Linux. Now next concept.
Now we'll start learn about synthetic monitoring in Datadog. It's all about simulating the user traffic and request to proactively test the availability and performance and functionality of your application. Okay, so instead of waiting for an actual user to face an issue, Datadog send a synthetic test from the different global locations, or you can say private location as well,
to continuously check its endpoints. So I have connected back to my Datadog console, and here you will find an option called digital experience. Inside that you need to click on new test, and there are multiple options or multiple methods to create the synthetic monitors. You can use the API test, multiple API test, browser test, and mobile application test. Each of these applications serve a different purpose. So now let us start with the first option, that is API test. It's clearly explaining test services, websites and APIs from the multiple locations around the world to assess the availability and uptime. Okay, let me click on that option so that it will go to the next page where we need to provide the detailed information like what is the URL we are going to use and all those things. So let me click on this option, start from the scratch, and then inside the request types there are multiple options: HTTP, gRPC, SSL, DNS, WebSocket, TCP, UDP and ICMP. So now I am using it for the HTTP. That's what I'm just choosing HTTP here. And then comes second step, that is define the request. Here you need to provide the exact URL details, and here you need to choose the option which one you are going to do, like get. Let me click on this drop down option. Yeah, get, post, put, delete, patch, head options. Multiple were available. So now I'm starting with the get one. Here you need to provide the exact web URL details. For example, I want to monitor www.crickbuzz.com. So it is depending on the business requirement. I'm just giving one example here. So this is one of the website where we need to see all the live matches, scores, all those things. Let me open that and paste it here. Yeah, this is how it looks like. So this web page I wanted to monitor in the Datadog now. Let me go back to the Datadog section. Then comes advanced option. If you want to make any changes here, you can just expand this and do the necessary modification, like inside the request options or authentication or inside the query forms. So I will leave as it is, and next comes the name. Here you need to provide the exact name here. And right now it is taking automatically like test on www.crickbuzz.com. If you are okay with this, just leave as it is, or if you want to mention only just like CrickBuzz, that is also you can do it here. I'll just mention it as CrickBuzz. Then now you can mention the environment details, team details, and if you want to provide any additional tags you can give here. For example, environment I will give it as production. Okay, add option production, that is I am just clicking now, that's fine. Then team. So this crickbuzz.com, whatever I am choosing is belongs to which team? I will consider this one as it is belongs to Wintel team. For understanding purpose I am just taking here it belongs to Wintel team. So create team Wintel, and that's it. Give the details over here and save the information, or click on create. Okay, then comes additional tags. If you want to create any tags, as I said earlier, tags play a very important role when you are creating the dashboards or when you are filtering the things. It will be very necessary. I will create this one as test. Okay, I'm created 3 things here. One is environment name production, team name Wintel, and additional tag is that is test. Then comes the third option, that is assertion. Assertion is nothing but you can say validation, like to check whether our web application working properly or not. You want to make some validation here, that you can do. For example, if the status code is 200, then it is passed, and inside the body if you find some exact keywords, then you can consider that is a passed. If something different is there, that you can say it as not passed or failed. How to do that? Here you have an option called new assertion. In simple word you can just remember as validation. So now I am doing new assertion here, like when a response code less than 1000 milliseconds, I will say that one as a good response. If it is greater than 1000 milliseconds, then I will consider that one as a bad response. So I have given one assertion here. Like that you can give the multiple also. For example, I want to give one more. Let me click on new assertion, and here I will provide body. What I will do, I'll just go to the www.crickbuzz.com. I will just do exactly, you can say live scores. So if the page is open and if you find exact keyword live scores, then we can say it is working as expected. If the live scores is not there, then we can say it is not working as expected. So I'll choose the keyword as live scores. Let me copy this and go back to the Datadog console again, and give that information. Body contains live score. If this is there, then I will say as this is passed. If apart from live score, if it is live scoring, then that will consider as failed condition, right? Like that, if you want to give the multiple condition, that is possible. For example, again I'll click on new insertion, and here I will give as status code. If the status code is 200, then only I will consider this one as good. Other than this, not good, right? Then comes the location part. So that Datadog has provided the built-in location. From that you can check the availability of your web application. If you are not interested to use the locations given by the Datadog, in such case you can take use of the private location, and from that you can do the monitoring. Like build a virtual machine either in the Azure or in the AWS, and through that you can monitor your web apps. For now, what I will do, I will choose few options here. Right now all 29 locations are selected. These 29 locations are given by the Datadog itself. Now I am interested to check the web application availability from Canada, and then from the Tokyo, and also finally from the Paris. From these three places I want to check the availability. Okay, now I am good with that condition. Then comes retry condition. If you want to provide any retry condition, like in case of failure, retry the test at 0 times with 300 milliseconds of wait between the failures. Okay, the difference between the failures is 300 milliseconds. After that you can check. That's what it is saying. I will leave this as it is. I will not make any changes. Then comes scheduling and alerting condition. So here you can see when the alert should trigger. If you read it properly, you will understand here. You can see, right, an alert is triggered if your test failed for 0 minutes and from any one of 3 locations. So here in above we have selected 3 locations: Canada, Tokyo and Paris. If it is failed from any one of the location for 0 minutes, you will get an alert. That is what it is saying. Okay, and here you will see the time interval as only 1 minute. If you want to make any changes here to test the availability, you can go into the advanced section and you can do here. Right now it is telling run your test every 1 minute. If you want to run it every second, every hour, every day, you can do it here. And also you can make the change here, like I want to run it for every 2 minutes. Just make it as 2 minutes. So depending on the requirement, you can make the changes here. And then you don't want to run it for all 7 days, you want to run it for only particular days. For that you can click on specify the time range and days. Here you can give the days, like on Monday I don't want to run, even on Sunday I don't want this to run, and even Saturday also I don't want to run this one. Let me go back to the basic one, and then comes the next option, that is monitor. So here if the alert is triggered, it should go to some respective team, right, to fix that issue. That information we are going to configure here, like the alert should go to which team and what all other information should be present in the alert description part. I will give the name as Crick Buzz Failure. So I am giving the alert monitor name as Crick Buzz Failure. So if there are any issue, then you will get the alert notification as Crick Buzz Failure. That is the subject name, and in the body you will see all this information. And of course if you want to make any modification, that is also possible. And if you want to add any names here or any emails here, that you can do. For example, I will give my email ID. I given my email ID here. So now what happens, if you received any alert for this one in the Datadog, it will send it as an email notification to this particular email ID, whatever I have added here. Okay, so finally I am done with all the things. I'll click on save test. Okay, we are getting some error, like some fields are invalid. Okay, let me go to the top. Okay, we are not provided whether it is a HTTP or HTTPS. Let me do one thing. I'll just remove this and I'll give the exact URL name, that is https.com. That is https://crickbuzz.com. Okay, now you can see, right, it is completely green. I'll just click on save test again. Earlier it was given some error, but now it is accepted properly. Okay, you can see, right, you are able to see all the configuration, whatever I have done. Properties, I given the team name as Wintel, environment as production, and as an additional tag I have given it as test. And in the overview page we are able to get the URL. This is the URL we have given, right? And from which locations we are testing this one? Yes, from 3 locations we are testing, and 3 validation condition also we are given, that is response time should be less than 1000 milliseconds and body should contain the live scores and status code should be 200. If all these 3 are matched, then only we can say it is working as expected. If any one is failed, then we should get an alert here. And once alert is created, it should create a notification to the particular member or a particular team. You can see, right, monitor quick bus failure. This alert will create and the information will go to the respective team. I will show you how it works. Let me close this one. Now if I go back to the digital experience, okay, and test, you are able to see this particular one, whatever we have created now, right? You are able to see that earlier this particular page was completely empty, but now we are able to see the data. You can see, right, status is okay, and the type what we have used is HTTP. Apart from this also multiple were there, right? SSL, TCP, all those things. Since we have chosen HTTP, that's what you are seeing here. And the name we are given it as a QuickBuzz, domain name that is www.quickbuzz.com. Whatever the tags we are given, that information is available. And finally we are able to see the what is the total uptime here. Now it is clearly telling total uptime is 100%. And if you want to see more information about that, what exactly happening and all, what all the metrics were available, just click on this. That's it. You will get the data in the beautiful dashboard format. Okay, you can see, right? Let me make it as a last 50 minutes so that you can get the data in a good manner. Yeah, you can see, right? This is the response time taken by the location. I have chosen 3 locations, right? From 3 locations, it is going to give the response for you. This is for Tokyo, and this is for Canada, and this is for the Paris. What is the response time? You can see it here, right? 302.6 millisecond. And another location is 223.8 milliseconds. That is from the Paris. Likewise, you can see the network related data also here in the next graph. You can see, right? This is information from the network side. And then let me scroll down. You will get more information here for test runs. For example, you can see, right, showing all test runs in the past 15 minutes for the selected filters. So you can see from the different locations what is the duration it is taking to load. From the Paris 323 milliseconds, and from the Tokyo 96 milliseconds, and from the Canada 356 milliseconds, and at what time it got checked. You are able to see that information as well here. It is going to give the detailed information whenever it is checking. And then comes here you have the 2 things. One is passed, another one is failed. If you click on the passed, it is going to give the result wherever it is giving the passed. And if I click on a failed, if there are anything failed, you are able to see that information here. Right now it is showing nothing. I will make little modification in my web URL monitoring and you will see the failed details also here. Just give a few minutes here. And if you want to refresh, just click on the refresh option. You are able to see it here. And now if you click on the manually triggered, you are not going to get anything here because I have not yet run manually here, right? Now to show that, what I will do here, you will find one option called run test now. Let me click on that run test now and see the results. Okay, you got the output, right? Earlier it was empty. Now you have seen some result. Status is in progress and at what time it started and what is the duration it has taken and from which location, and the run type you are able to see, right? Now I have triggered it manually. That is what it is showing, manually triggered. Okay, if I refresh now, if the checking is done, you are able to see the results here. Let me see that. Yeah, from all 3 locations the web application test is passed successfully and you are able to see the data as well here. So you understood, right, what is manually triggered here. Now to show the failed things, what I will do, I will make a little changes in my web application, particular monitor. For that, what I can do, let me go back to the digital experience and then click on the tests and then click on these 3 dots, and here you will find an option called edit test. So I will go into the edit section. I will make certain changes there. What I can do, in the body condition I have given the live score. Now I will make it as live scored. Instead of yes, I have given D, and then I will save the things. Now it should fail here. Why? Because if I go to the quickbuzz.com, there is no live scored. It is live score. You can see, right, in the console you are able to say as a live score, but in the body I have given it as live scored. Since there is a no match, you should get the failure things there. Let me go back to the Datadog and see the result. Now you can see, right, in the uptime, earlier it was 100%, now it reduced to 93%. Why it is so? Because the conditions are failed here. Even you are able to see the color also red, right? Now what I will do, I'll just make it as a fast 15 minutes so that you can understand clearly. Yeah, you can see the difference, right? Earlier it was completely green, Now red color also came into the picture. Why it came into the picture? Now the condition is not matched. If you want to know more about that, yeah, of course you can see, right now you can see the alert also here. Let me click on this option so that you go inside and you can get the more information what exactly happening, why it is failing. Okay, I'll just come down. Yeah, you can see, right, many places it is showing it as failed. Even I try to run it manually, that time also it is failed, and when Datadog run automatically, that time also it is failed. Why failing? What exactly happened? If you want to know about that, just click on any one. For example, this is failed, right? I just click on that. It will go to the next section where it will tell for what reason it is failed. You can see, in the body, it should contain the live code. But actually what is there? A live course is there. So just to give the demonstration, I made the changes for creating the alerts here. You understood, right? Now I have given it as a live code. That information is not present in the web page. You got the alert. If I make the changes again like live course, it will go automatically. But you got an idea, right? How to verify that, for what reason it is failing. Completely you got the idea here. What is all, what is pass, what is failed, what is manual triggered, what is refresh. You got the complete information. Here, this is for editing the test and this is for the viewing the results. Let me go to this edit test and make the necessary changes again so that it should again make the checks properly. There we can do that one inside the assertions. I'll make it as live course, then save the test. This time when you go into the manually triggered or automatic trigger condition, it will give the pass result. Why is it so? Because it will match that condition. Okay, just to show that I will try to run it manually. Otherwise we may need to wait for some time here. Just to save the time, what I will do, I'll run it manually. Let me go to this particular web application monitor and then click on run test now. It should give the passes. Yeah, it's already given. You might notice, right? Datadog itself checked that one, as you can see it's scheduled and result is passed. Now I have triggered from my end as well, and even you are able to see the status. It is in progress. Let me refresh. It will give the result. Yes, it is passed. What is the duration it has taken? You are able to see what is the location, what is the status, whether it is manually or scheduled. Hope you are getting the complete understanding, right? How to create the synthetic monitor in the Datadog. So it is very much important because it is not possible to monitor your application all 24/7 manually, right? If you create the synthetic monitor, Datadog will do that work for you. For the timeline, whatever you are given, based on that, it will go to that API endpoint. It will check the status like response code, whether that particular validation is there or not. It's going to do everything for you. That's how beautiful it is. Okay, now the next concept. Now we will learn how to do the synthetic monitoring in the Datadog with the help of browser test. So previously we learned about how to do the API test, that is endpoint related. But if you want to do the synthetic monitor like navigation related, then you can take use of the browser test. You can navigate all the steps in the recorder and that will be get captured in the Datadog, and every time whenever it runs, it follows the same steps and you will check the availability of each path. If there are any issues with the response time and all, it will create an alert immediately. So let me show how to do that. Just go into the digital experience and click on new test. This is what the page comes, and then click on browser test. And then click on start from the scratch. Provide the name here. For example, I will give www.crickbuzz.com. Well, for the endpoint, I have given the same example. Here also I am taking the same example so that you can clearly understand what is the difference between that API endpoint synthetic monitoring and this recorder. There we are monitoring the exact one URL only, but here we will do the navigation. Let me show you how to do that. I have given www.crickbuzz.com, and for understanding purpose you can give the name as demo crick. Okay, then as usual, if you want to provide any environment details and team details and additional tag, of course you can do that part here. Then comes browser and devices. This particular navigation, whatever I am going to do that, from which browser it should do that. It should use Chrome or Edge or Firefox, and along with that, in which it should check that, whether it is in the laptop or tablet or in the mobile small. You can choose it depending on the requirement. Just to make it easy, what I will do, I'll just unselect all these options. I want to run it from the Chrome and only from the laptop. Then right now by default it has selected all 29 location, so it will create the lot upload. What I will do for understanding in a simple way, I'll just select two locations. One is Canada and another one is Paris. If you are not interested with the location given by the Datadog, you can go ahead and use the private location for that. There is no issues in that. You can click on add new private location and give the necessary details over there. Then retry condition, again it is same, like in case of failure, retry the test 0 times with 300 milliseconds of wait between the failure. So everything is same, only whatever we did in the API endpoint, everything is same so far. Now directly what I will do, I'll just click on the save and start recording, so that it will go to the next page where we need to record the steps, record our navigation. But since I'm doing for the first time, I don't find any extension. You need to add the extension to your browser. For that, what you can do, just click on add extension and then click on get extension and then finally add extension. Within a few seconds, your extension get added into your browser. For example, you can see, right, Datadog test recorder is now installed. Now we are good. I'll go back to the Datadog console again and you are able to see it now. Earlier this was empty, right? Now you are able to see the option here, record. Let me click on the record option. Now the recording started and I want to go into the live score section. As soon as I click on the live score, you can see, right, it is getting recorded here. Then I'll scroll little down. Then I'll click on all, even that got captured here. Then I'll click on the recent, even that information also got captured here. Like whatever the steps I follow here, right, I mean whatever the navigation I do, right, everything is get captured here. Then I will go into the IndoPark preview and that information also captured here. Then I'll click on the scorecard, that is also captured here. So whatever the things I do, it's going to capture now, and in future as per the time interval, it is going to follow the same steps. If there are any issues, if it is not opening that endpoint, then it is going to create an alert. That is how the synthetic recorder. In case of API endpoint, just we have given www.crickbus.com, that's it. It is going to check the availability of that one only. But with the help of recorder, we can follow the navigation. What is the first step? What is the second step? What is the third step? Like if there are any e-commerce application, like when they will log in, right, that page it will get captured. When they go to the payment page, that information also it will capture, because that is very much important, right? If the payment page is not working, then how do the people will do the payment there? That will become the loss for the company. So our payment page should be always up and running. For that, what we can do, we can add that into our monitoring with the help of Datadog synthetic monitoring. So if there are any issues, then we can get the alert immediately and we can fix it. That's how it works. Now, once the recording is completed, you can click on this option so that recording gets stops, and finally you can click on the option save recording. So now what happened? Whatever the things I have done inside the www.crickbus.com, all the things are captured step by step manner. Like whatever I followed, right, whatever I clicked, in that manner only it got captured here. Okay, you can see, right, inside the overview, this is what my main page. Then I have given the name as demo crick. So all the informations are captured here and you are able to see the result over here. Right now no data, that's what the color is like this, but if you wait for 2 to 3 seconds, then you are able to get the data. What I can do now, it is last 1 hour, let me make it as last 15 minutes so that there are chances to get the data immediately. Yeah, you can see, right, now we are able to get the data. From the Paris 1.31 second and from the Canada 3.61 second. You are able to see, right, like that you are able to see the average test duration by the location and device. You are able to see the data for that. Then comes our test results, like how we did for the API endpoint, right, like that here also you are able to get the complete results. What are the things are passed, what all are the failed, you are going to get the complete data here. You can see, right, if there are any errors, that information also you can see over the screen itself. Then come the test runs. If you scroll down, you are able to see the test runs. You can see, right, both the tests are passed, one from the Paris, another one from the Canada. How much time it has taken? 9.6 seconds to complete a whole thing, and this one 15.6. What are the errors? There are 24 errors from the Paris location and there are 20 errors from the Canada location. And if you scroll little up, you are able to see the data in a greater manner, what exactly happening with each clicks. For example, navigate to the start URL. Here what all the things are captured, you can see, right, good, need to implement and poor. Let me click on that so that it will go to the next page where you can get the greater information, what exactly happening. Steps and details of the screenshot. This is what it comes. Then if I go into the error and warnings, it will tell what is the error. It is saying console error, type is JS, and here one more error is there, that is 404, and it is related to the network. So that's how you can capture the things and you can monitor inside the Datadog. And if there are any errors, this information you can transfer over to the application development team. They can look into it and they can fix it immediately. For demonstration purpose, I have taken the general URL, but in case of real-time environment, you may get the dedicated URL as per the business requirement. They will give the exact URL and steps. That is what you need to follow in your Datadog synthetic monitors. But just to understand, I have taken the crickbus.com, and that's what you are getting some error here due to some network issue. But in real time, you will not get like this. And if you want to run the test again, as usual, you can click on the run test now. It will try the same thing again. It is going to give the result immediately. Now the next concept.
Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll learn about monitors. Right now, I have connected to the Datadog console. Here you will find an option called monitors. Before going into that, first of all, what is monitors? We need to understand that fact, right? The answer is monitors are nothing but these are the alarm systems, right? That can continuously evaluate your metrics, logs, traces or events and send that alert or notification when the defined condition is met. For example, consider you are monitoring the CPU usage. If the CPU usage is crossed greater than 90%, you will set up an alert, and when it is matched, it should create an alert. That is what overall thing is. Next, we need to understand what all are the types of monitors in the Datadog. So Datadog has given a multiple number of monitors. Let me show that. If you click on the monitors and then the new monitor, there it is going to give the complete list, like what are the different types of monitors available in the Datadog. You can see, right, these are the different types: metric, change, anomaly, outlier and forecast, host, audit trail, CI and test, composite, error tracking, events. Many more options were available. If you are learning the Datadog for the first time, I request you to spend some time here. So you need to go to the each options and just understand what exactly they are referring. For example, if I click on the monitors, what it is going to do, we are able to get the answer here. A metric threshold alert compares the metric values to the static threshold. As I said, consider an example. You have set the threshold as for the CPU utilization 90%. So that is the threshold we set. If it crossed, on the particular server, if the CPU usage crossed 90%, that metric Datadog will capture and it will create the alert. So to achieve that one, we have to take use of this option. What is that? Metric monitor. Then comes change. What is change? A change alert evaluate the differences between a value n minutes ago and now. For example, what is the behavior in last 20 minutes? Consider the value of n as 20. So it is going to evaluate what is happening in last 20 minutes and what is there now. So like that, based on the differences, it is going to calculate the things. And then come anomaly. As the name itself indicating, anomaly monitors are nothing but these are going to detect the anomalous behavior for the metric based on the historical data. See here. Here the graph is normal. All the usages are coming properly. If you notice here it is increased drastically. That's what here it is showing in the red color. If the situation comes like this, then we call it as an anomaly. For monitoring these kind of things, we have to take use of anomaly monitor. Like that, multiple were there. For example, if you take forecast, it is for the future behavior, right, how it is doing. And for the host, you can do all the things like check if one or more hosts are reporting to the Datadog or not. All those things are audit trails, composite. This is very interesting. Here you are going to combine the multiple monitors to trigger an alert. You can say, right, alert on the expression combining the multiple monitors. You can do the error tracking, events, and we can do the logs. With help of logs also you can create the monitor. Many options are available. Depending on the requirement, you can choose the things here. To demonstrate you guys what I will do, I'll just create one metric here now. Before explaining that, if you click on the monitor option, here you can see multiple things, right? Monitor list, new monitor, triggered, downtime and quality. So first one is monitor list.
as the name itself indicating, it is going to give the complete list of monitors whatever you have in the environment. For example, if I click on this one, you might be able to see the list of monitors that are configured in the environment right now. Let me go to that section. You may not see any monitors by this time because I haven't configured any monitors yet. Okay, just wait for 2 seconds, you will get the result here. Yeah, okay, I am telling I have not configured anything, but here it is showing 2 monitors already. From where these 2 monitors came? Yeah, these 2 monitors came from the synthetic. Okay, so that is what the monitor list. Then comes new monitor. If you are going to set up any new monitor for CPU usage, memory usage, Docker related, AWS, Azure, all those things you can do with the help of new monitor. Then comes triggered. What is triggered? In the name itself it is clearly telling whatever the alerts were triggered, that I will show you to you. That is what it is telling. Downtime means if you are setting any maintenance kind of thing, right, that time you can take use of the downtime. If you select the downtime for today to tomorrow, then alert will not be generated to the respective teams and all. That is how it is works. Now I will create one monitor and I will show you overall. Okay, right now if you want to create a new monitor from this section, this is fine. You can take use of this option new monitor, or else you can click on monitors and click on new monitors. Both are going to give the same page for you. Okay, now I'll click on metrics. Then it will go to the next section where I can do all the configuration thing. For demonstration, what I will do, I will take use of CPU usage monitoring in Datadog, right? So for that you need to identify the metric, right? Based on the metric only we are going to set up the things. How to identify the metric? From this particular screen you are able to do that. Okay, so choose the detection method. As I said, there are multiple methods where they right, threshold, change alert, anomaly detection, outlier alerts. I will go with the first option, that is threshold alert. Then in the second step, we need to define the metric. This is very important. By default, it is taking a system load, but I am interested in what? I am interested in the CPU usage. How to find the CPU usage? There are multiple by the name CPU. You can see, right? CPU idle time, CPU system, Datadog CPU related, CPU guest, CPU total, CPU guest nice total, CPU idle. Lot many options are there, but we are very much interested in the CPU usage. But we are not able to see anything like CPU usage in terms of percentage, right? So to do that, what we can do, we can take use of the system idle itself. What is system idle? Answer is how many minutes our CPU is idle. It means not working. That is what we call it as idle state, right? So to find out the CPU usage, what I will do, total CPU usage I will consider as 100%. Then I will minus the idle time so that you will get the usage time, right? So you can understand that information over the graph itself. Let me show you that how it is. This is the current graph, right? This is current graph, right? If I take my mouse over the graph, you are able to see the idle percentage of CPU. Like 11:55, it is 24.07%. Like it is at 12 o'clock, it is 69.79%, and 12:28 it is 55.93%. So what it is showing? It is showing idle percent, right? Idle. Consider idle is what is that? 55%. So then how we can find the usage? Usage percent is nothing but total minus idle, right? Total minus idle. So our total percentage is 100% and idle percentage is 55. So it means what? CPU usage is 45%. You got the output, right? CPU usage is 45%. For that, what we can do, now it is CPU system idle. Then I will go to the source. Here it is taking like this. Now I will do 100 minus that idle value, so that we can get the usage. Now you can see the graph, right? Earlier it was in the reverse way, like it was giving the idle CPU report. Now it is giving the exact CPU usage report. If you want to get the clarification, now I will remove that one more time and you can see the graph, right? Just a second. Yeah, the graph is in this way, but if I use 100 minus, now it is changed. That is the exact opposite, you can say, right? Then we are done with the CPU usage in terms of percentage. You can take use of the information either from the source, or you can go and take use from the edit section also. If you want to add any other query here, just click on add query and provide the condition. Then here, evaluation details. How long this condition should it check? I mean, Datadog should check before creating the alert. Now I have given evaluate the average. There are other options also there, like if you want to evaluate based on the maximum value, minimum value, some value, depending on the requirement you can take. But for the CPU usage I am taking, if the CPU average value in the last 15 minutes is greater than 50%, I can take. For example, I will take 20% so that I can get the alert immediately, because I am not sure, right, what is the CPU usage now. Even you are able to see the color indication also. Directly it is changed into the red color. If I remove this one, nothing is here, right? You are not able to see any indicator like red here. But if I apply the value 20 here, you suddenly got an indicator like one alert. You are able to see, right? Why? Because now the CPU usage is greater than 20%. That is what you are getting. Suppose if I set it as 90, you will not get, because it is not, the CPU usage is not like crossing the 90, right? So that is what it is not giving any indicator there. So just to trigger the alert immediately, I will give it as 20, so that you can understand how to set up the alerts in the Datadog. So what we are done, we are evaluating the condition for last 5 minutes based on the average value. If it is more than 20%, I want the alert for the CPU usage. This is what we have done so far. Then if you want to make any advanced options usage, that you can do it here, like alert recovery threshold or warning recovery threshold, that you can play with it. Then what I will do here, configuring the notification and automation. Here we need to provide the details, like to which team this email should go and what all are the alert description it should have, that kind of information. So I will give the name as CPU usage monitoring, right? I'll just copy it from here, CPU usage monitoring, and I'll paste it here, CPU usage monitoring. Then I will give the name to which team or to which particular member this alert information should go. I will take use of this one. Okay, I will take use of this one, like whenever this alert created, right, this information should go to this particular email ID. So I mentioned as CPU usage. Okay, it is already there, CPU usage alert. I can mention here one more line, that is CPU usage is crossing 20%. Usually in case of production, it will not be like 20 and 30 and all, it will be like 85%, 90%. As I said, just to demonstrate, I am just doing this part, right? So if you want to take use of the templates, that is also possible. You can directly use the templates and fill the necessary data over here, so that the alert description part will take the information accordingly. Now I am good with all the things. If you want to add any other email IDs, just you can click on add mention and provide the things over there. Now what happened in the recipient summary, one email ID is added. That is my email ID only. I will show you that alert as well. Okay, so now I am good with all the setup, and I'll finally come down and I'll click on create and publish. I will not touch anything with respect to this audit notification and all. I will leave as it is. So I'll directly click on create and publish. So now we have created one monitor in the Datadog, that is for the CPU usage monitoring. It is already crossing 20%. So definitely we should get the alert within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. To see that whatever the alerts we have created, for that what you can do, that is again simple. You just go to the monitors and then click on the monitor list. Earlier it was 2, right? These 2 are from the synthetic monitoring related. Now I have created one for the CPU usage manually, and you are able to see that. And one more thing you might have noticed here in the status, these 2 are okay and this one is alert. Okay means there is no alert trigger from that. Alert means some alert is triggered there. That is what it is giving as alert there, right? If you want to see whether alert triggered or not, what to do for that? You should go into the again monitor section, and here you will find an option called triggered. If you click on that, if any alerts triggered, that should show inside the triggered section. Yes, you are able to see inside the triggered section alert is there. It means what? Now this information should go into my Gmail as well, because I have provided my Gmail ID, right? This information should be there so that I can act on this alert immediately. I can fix the issue. For what reason? CPU usage is high, like that it is. Okay, let me go to my login. I'll search Gmail. Okay, it's opening, just a second, and you will see the alert. Yeah, you can see, right? You have received the alert already. Triggered CPU usage monitoring. You can see, right? CPU usage alert. CPU usage is crossing 20%. And what condition I have given? That is also able to see here. I am giving average last 5 minutes CPU usage is greater than 20 for all the host. Okay. Here you can see that I have mentioned star indicating all the host. Okay, let me write it down. It is very important. Star indicate all host. So suppose if you want to specifically mention that one, that is also possible. You can do that. For demonstration, I have taken everything. But if you want to create it only for one server, for example, I want to create it only for my desktop, whatever I'm using, right? Only for this one I want to select it, means you can do that part as well. So let me go to the monitor section and then click on the monitor list. Okay, and this is the one I'm talking about. Let me edit that. Here you will find the multiple options, right? This is for editing and this is for cloning. Cloning means it is creating one more here. If you want to mute, select use this option. If you want to delete this monitor, use this one. Okay, these are the things are available. Now I am interested in the editing the part. So I'll just go ahead and click on this option so that it will go to the edit section where I will give only my laptop or desktop server here. Now it is everything, but I will make it as only desktop. For that you can see here from host, this one. Earlier I have given star. That is what it is checking for all the servers. Now it is checking only for this particular server. Like that you can set up a tags for the hundreds of servers and you can give the tag name here so that it will get effective for all the 100 servers. So that's what I'm highlighting. Tags play a very important role, not only for the Datadog. If you consider App Dynamics or if you consider Dynatrace, every APM tools, it is playing an important role. You need to understand tags properly. Okay, so it's just now applied to the only my laptop. I'll just click on save. So this is how you need to modify the things, or this is how you need to create the monitors here. Okay, next, here also you can see the graph, right? Last 4 hours, let me make it as last 5 minutes so that you can clearly understand. Okay, CPU usage is 43% everywhere, but I have set it for the 20. Definitely it should create the alert, right? Next. So now we have understood completely how to deal with the matrix. Okay, to create the alerts with the help of matrix, we have understood. Now I'll explain next one, that is host. How to deal with the host monitors. So let me click on the host. So as a name itself clearly indicating, it is going to tell whether our host is monitoring properly or not. Like entire host is monitoring or not, we are able to get with the help of this particular monitor. You can write pick the host by the name or the tag. So based on the tag also you can choose the server names here, or you can provide the individual names also. For example, I want to check the host availability for this particular server. I mean, this is my laptop only. And if you want to exclude any tags, you can do that part here. Test is one of my tag, right? I'm not excluding that because test tag belongs to this particular host only. So I'm not excluding that. Then comes set the alert condition. Here you can say, right, notify if the data is missing more than 2 minutes. This is default, like 2 minutes it will take automatically, and you can't give the value less than that, like 1 you can't give, it will not take that. You can see, right, minimum value for no data time frame is 2, so that you just mention 2 here, and then you have selected the server name and provided the value for 2 minutes. Then you need to provide the name here, like to which team this information should go and what other alert description should be there. I will give the name again here, like my name only. Okay, but I'll mention this time server is not reporting to Datadog, kindly check immediately, something like that. If you want to mention the host name, you can give that so that user can understand very easily about which host we are talking. Either we can give it here, and if you want to give the same thing over the subject name itself, I mean server name or the subject name itself, you can give it here. Like you can mention here server not reporting. Okay, server not reporting, and then click on create and publish. Okay, one more thing I have missed, we can mention the priority as well here. Let me edit that one. Let me click on the edit option and then come down. Here you can see the things, right? We need to provide the priority, tags and team. That option is also available. For example, I will define the priority as P1 here. If server is not reporting to Datadog, that is very much important for us, I'll set it as critical. If it is not much important, then you can change the priority to P2, P3, low, info, something like that. So just to understand or to demonstrate the things, I'm just making it as a P1, that is very much critical. And aggregation we have mentioned as simple alert. It means send a single notification when the query meet the condition. Okay, I'm okay with this condition. I'll click on save button. Okay, now to check that whether our alert is created or not, so you can check it from here as well. Let me make it as past 5 minutes so that you can see. Now it is telling okay, means our server is reporting healthy. But to create the alert, what we can do, I will do one thing. I'll just go to the service.msc. I'll stop the Datadog agent. Okay, I'll stop the Datadog agent. So that now what happens? It will not send the data to our Datadog. Okay, the server is going to send the data to our Datadog usually, right? With the help of the Datadog agent. Now what I did, I have stopped the Datadog agent itself. So Datadog will not receive any data now. So for that what happens? It should change the state here. Now we should get the alert. Okay, just let me refresh it one more time, or let me change it to last 30 minutes and I'll come back to last 5 minutes. Okay, now you can see, right? I'm able to see the alert. It is completely red now. If I choose last 5 minutes, it is completely red because Datadog is not receiving the data. You have stopped the service. How come it will receive, right? You can still, I'll just refresh this one and I'll show you. Yeah, Datadog agent service is stopped. So that's what it is now in the red color. And by this time I could get the alert also in the Gmail. Okay, let me come back and see. Yeah, you got one more alert here. Server is not reporting, and you are able to see the server name also here because at the time of configuring that monitor, we have provided host.name. It means whenever it is sending the data over the email, it should include that particular server name as well, so that user can easily understand about which server we are talking. Hope you understood how to set up the alert for host related, whether it is reporting or not, right? And then if you want to delete that, you can delete the monitor as well. And one more thing you might have noticed, right? I have mentioned the priority here. That is what it is showing it as P1. But for the rest of the things, I have not yet set up any priorities and it is not showing anything. But for this one, I have clearly mentioned P1. So you are able to see the information over here. And you are done with the activity and you don't want this particular alert, right? Then you can just select it and here you will find an option called delete. And then click on delete so that that particular monitor will automatically grow from the monitor list. Next. So far we have learned about the metrics monitor and also the host monitor. I will give the example for one more, that is composite monitor. So if you go into the monitor section and then the monitor list, you are able to see all the monitors whatever you have created in your environment. If I go into the monitors and the new monitor, as I said earlier, there is one more category called composite monitor. What is composite monitor? As we discussed, it is going to combine the multiple monitors together and then it is going to create an alert. So let me show you that. I will click on the composite alert. So once you click on that, it will ask the monitors what you are going to add in this particular configuration. So I will choose CPU usage monitoring as A and then host not available as a B. These two monitors have the issue, then only it should notify, otherwise not. That is what my requirement. So that for that reason I have added CPU usage monitoring as A and host not available as a B. And here if you want to add a multiple condition, then you can click on add another monitor. Now I will go with these two only. And then here it is providing the condition trigger when A and B, means when both the monitors are true, then only trigger the alert. That is what it is. Like we can use the AND condition and OR condition. Here it is AND condition, right? Then comes configuration. So to which team this notification should go. For example, I will again give my email ID details only. And I will mention here it as both the monitors are critical. Both the monitors are critical. Please check immediately. Okay. And you can mention here also like composite monitor, something like that. Whatever you want to give the name as, you can give here composite monitor. Okay. And you can give the name as well, whatever you want. So I'll just leave as it is. Then simple, you can come and create this particular monitor. If you want to again create the priority, you can do that. For example, since both the monitors are down, means that should be some big issue. We need to fix it immediately. I'll select it as P2 and then click on create and publish. So if you want to give the re-notification also, there was one option. You can do that part as well. So now what happened, I have created the composite monitor where I have added two separate monitors into only one. So when both the monitors have the issue, then I want to get the notification. Let me select it 5 minutes. Yeah, you are able to see, right? Now it is in the critical state, means alert. If it is in the green state, means okay. This color means no data, like gray. When it is in a yellow, warning. Okay, this is how it is. But now it is clearly telling red color. It means alert should be triggered by this time. Where you can verify the triggered alert information, you can go into the monitor section, then click on triggered. There it will give the list of alerts whatever triggered so far. Yes, now you can see, right, our alert is triggered. Composite monitor, and we have given the priority as P2. So it is given the information here as well. And now if I go back to my Gmail and if I refresh that, this particular information should be there. Let me go to my Gmail and I'll just refresh. Yeah, it is already there, I think. Yes, composite monitor, you can see, right, triggered composite monitor and priority of the ticket is P2, and here it is clearly mentioning what all are the monitors are having the issue. One is CPU usage monitoring related and host not available. Just to give the idea, I have chosen these two monitors here, but in case of real-time environment, you need to get the requirement for the application team and all. So based on that, you need to combine the monitors. Hope you are understanding, right? So this is how you need to create the composite. So we learned about composite, metric, and also finally host. And I will explain one more thing. Inside the monitor section, you have one option called downtime here. Let me click on that. What is this downtimes? Downtimes is for scheduling the maintenance, okay, or you can say suppressing the alerts. If there are any activity, take an example of patching activity, that time you are already aware that server is going to reboot. So in such case, why do you want the ticket unnecessarily, right? In such cases, you can take use of this schedule downtime. So how to do that? Here you will have an option called schedule downtime. Let me click on that. Yeah. Then it will come to this particular page. Inside, choose what to silence. You need to select properly here, whether you are going to suppress for host or suppress for the monitor or based on the tags. Depending on the requirement, you can choose. Suppose if you are doing it by the tag level, you can do with the help of by monitor tags. I will go with the monitor name. Here you can mention the name. For example, I want to suppress CPU usage monitoring. Just select that, and then you can group the scope, like at what level, whether you are going to apply it for the individual server level or you are going to apply it for the entire thing or any set of servers that you are going to do here. For example, I'll select host, then my laptop name. So I'm going to apply only for my server. If it is a group, then you can apply for the entire group. Then comes scheduling, like how you are going to schedule that one, on time or recurring. Recurring means frequently. Okay, so on time means one particular time. For example, start time at 35:51 and then until 25th. You can choose a time here, some XYZ, like 1856. So whatever the things might happen on this server with respect to CPU usage monitoring, then you don't get any alert for that because we are doing the suppression here. And then you can mention details here, like to the XYZ team, you can mention we are suppress the alerts from this to this, and you can provide the change number and all here, so that everyone will be aware about this. Like change, I'll mention here like ch123 something you can give, so that they will understand, okay, based on the change number only they have suppressed. And if you want to give the notification, you can do it here, notify your team, select it all and then click on save. That's it. Now as I said, whatever you do on that server with respect to CPU usage, if it is reached 90%, 99 also, it will not throw any alert as per the given start time and end time, right? Hope you understood what is the importance of the downtime. With the help of this one, we can reduce the n number of tickets in the real time. You can see, right, this is the one I have created. It is in the active state, and monitor whatever I have chosen, CPU usage related, then start time and then end time. Hope you understood, right? Now the next concept. Hey guys, welcome back. Now I am going to explain how to do the Datadog and AWS integration, so that you can bring all the AWS cloud metrics into the Datadog. For that, first we should go into the integration section and then into the marketplace. Here you can search by the word AWS. Here you will find an option called Amazon Web Service. So I'll simply click on install so that it will go to the next page where we can do the all integration part, configuration part. Okay, then click on add AWS account. And to add the AWS monitoring into the Datadog, they have provided the multiple methods. You can take use of the CloudFormation or Terraform or manually. Okay, for demonstration I am going with the manual method. In case of CloudFormation, you just need to simply click, that's it. But in case of manually, we need to do certain things like creating the rules and creating the policies. I'll explain how to do that. Now, inside the select AWS partition, I'm just going with the AWS because I don't have the permission to AWS Government Cloud or AWS China. Then comes select access type. I'm going with the role delegation option. Then here they have provided the external key ID for us. Okay, just keep this information with you now. Later it will come into the picture. Then in the fourth step, enter your role delegation information. I'll select as yes. I confirm that Datadog IAM role has been added to the AWS account. Then come down. Here you need to provide the AWS account ID, then AWS role name. AWS account ID from the console we can easily get, but we need to create the AWS role. How to create the AWS role? Let me go into the AWS console. Right now I am in the AWS console. To create the role, I'll just follow the guide given by the Datadog itself. You can see, right? AWS manual setup guide. And I will provide this link in the description. You can take use of that. So first what we need to do, in the AWS Integration configuration page, click on the AWS account, then select the manually. This part we have done. And then we have selected AWS already. This is also done. So AWS external ID, we have that. Now role delegation is required. Okay. How to create the role? They have mentioned here. Create the Datadog Integration IAM role. How to do that? Go to the AWS IAM console and then click on create role. Okay. I'll go here. Then I'll go to the IAM section. Okay. Inside that I will go to the roles. You can see that I just clicked on the roles option. Right now there are only 2 roles for us. Now what we need to create for the Datadog. What are the steps? Once you enter into the AWS console, then you click on the create role. After that, select AWS account for the trusted entity type and then click on another AWS account. Okay. Let me go here and then click on create role and then click on AWS account. Come down, another AWS account. That's what we are following, right? Then here they are asking the account ID information. You can see, right? Account ID we need to provide. From which place we'll get the account ID? Yes. They have given that information in the article itself. You can see, right? Enter the account ID. I'll just copy this. I'll go back to the console and I'll enter here. After that, they have mentioned to select the first option, that is require external ID. I'll show you that. Here it is there. Select the required external ID. That part also I have completed. Then click on next. Come down. Okay, this is pending now. External ID. From which place we'll get this external ID? We'll get this information from the Datadog console. Here is the external ID. You can see, right? AWS external ID. Let me copy this. Here is the AWS external ID. Let me copy this and I'll go back to the AWS console again and I will paste it here. Then I'll click on the next. So what we are doing now, we are creating the role. Just remember that point. After that, we will create for the policy. So these are the 2 things we need to run when you are doing via the manual method. Role and policy we need to create. And in the document they have clearly mentioned step by step. We no need to worry anything about it. Okay. Then now we have completed step number 7. After that, what they have given, give the role name as Datadog Integration role. Okay. They are asking to give the name like this. So what I will do, I'll just copy this name and provide it. Next, provide the name here. In the description part also I'll give the same thing. I will not make any changes over there, right? So we are good with this part. Then I will finally click on create a role. Our role will be ready within a second. Okay, I just clicked on create role and our role is ready. You can see, right? Datadog integration role is ready for us. What is the next step after that? Creating an inline IAM policy for the Datadog integration role. We need to create an policy now. How to do that? For that, First step is select the Datadog integration role on the IAM roles page. Okay, so they're asking to open the one which we created now. This is the one, right? Let me click on that. Right, now the page is open. After that, what they are telling in the second step, they are saying like click add permission and then select the create inline policy. Create inline policy. That's what they are mentioning. Okay, that's okay for us. I'll go back to the AWS console again. I'll click on add permissions. I'll then click on create inline policies. I'm just following the steps whatever they have given in the article. Okay, then after they are saying like select the JSON tab. Here it is. I'll just select that part. The fourth step is very important. Paste the permission policies. Let me open this one in the new tab, and so that I can copy it very easily. Okay, so we need to paste all these permission policies inside the JSON file. Okay, where it is. When I click on JSON, it is giving this information, right? We need to replace entire this information with whatever the policies it will give now. When I click on the permission policies, it is going to give the list of information for us. You can see, right? We need to add all this one. What I will do, I'll just click on copy. I'll go to the console again and I will paste it here. These are the policies required for our Datadog to pull the data. Okay, I have given everything here. Then what they have mentioned, click next, give the policy name such as Datadog integration policy. Okay, only this step is remaining now. What I will do, I'll just copy this one. I'll go here, I'll come down and then click on next, and then I will provide the name as Datadog integration policy. Come down, create policy. Okay, I just click on the save button. So our integration part is done. You can select Amazon Web Services. Whatever the services are available with respect to my account, you are able to see everything here. Everything is available. Okay, so now if I go back to the integration place and type the AWS, you should be able to see all the data, and even if there are any error also, you should be able to see that part. Okay, so Amazon Web Service, I'll just click on configure. It should be there already. You should be able to see all the data as well, and if there are any errors also, it will give. So it is telling there are some issues. So how to fix that? It is only clearly tell what exactly happening. You are able to see, right? Datadog is missing the critical IAM permissions for this integration. Let me click on this one, configure. So what is telling? Okay, it is telling this information is missing in the IAM role or the IAM policy. So for that, what we can do, you can directly click on this configure to AWS, so that it will go to the AWS console directly where we can replace it. Inside the roles, if I click on this Datadog integration policy, so it's supposed to be having these all information, right? These all information should be there, but now it is saying this particular information is missing. No worries, we can add it manually. So now the policy is open. We can add anywhere. It is not in a no particular place to add. We can add wherever you want. What I will do, I'll just go to here and then click on enter and I will paste it here. Then click on comma. Okay, now it should go. Yeah, and then I'll click on next. Come down, save the changes. Okay. Policy Datadog integration policy is updated. I'll go back to my Datadog console again, and this should go within few seconds now. Where is my console? Yeah, here it is. I'll just click on close and I will refresh this page so that the broken thing should go automatically, because we already configured the necessary things, right? It may take few seconds, but it should go. Okay, still it is showing warning. Earlier it was broken, but now it is saying warning. Warning is fine, but we can fix that as well. Even it will tell for what reason it is giving the warning. You can see, right? 2 permissions to Datadog IAM role in the AWS. What are those? Again, you click on this one and again you add these 2 things. It is saying these 2 things are missing. Okay, no problem. I'll click on again configure. Or else I'll just go to the one which is already open. I'll click on this one and I will add that information as well, so that even warning will also go automatically, right? You can see it, modify the permissions in the Datadog policy. Let me modify this. I'll give those 2 things here. Let me click on enter, paste here. So good look, I'll just arrange it in the same way, and then here we need to give the comma. This should go now. Okay, click on next. Come down, save changes. Okay, now we have updated our policy one more time, and now that issue should also go. I'll just do the cancel and I'll refresh it. Okay, still it is taking some time to resolve an issue, but not a problem, because whatever the necessary things were there, right, we already provided over the AWS console. It will resolve in some time, but no issues. We are already getting the data over the AWS console. For example, if I go into the account details, so this is my AWS information, AWS account information, and if I go into the metrics collection information, these are the different services in the AWS, and what are the metrics available for that, we are able to get it over the Datadog now. Total 110 services we are capturing, 3 are disabled, total altogether 113 now. Okay, so to check whether we are getting the data or not properly in the Datadog, what we can do, we should go into the dashboard section, and by this time we should able to see the different dashboards for the AWS automatically in the Datadog. Let me go into the dashboard section, dashboards, and then I'll click on dashboard list. So I haven't created any dashboard yet in this particular Datadog console, but since already the integration part is done, lot of dashboards were created automatically. You can see, right, already there are 79 different dashboards were available, and you should be able to get the data also inside that dashboard. I'll show you now. For example, I am interested in the EC2 part. Okay, what all are the EC2 instance were there? I wanted to know that. Is there any dashboard for that? Let me search it by the name EC2. Yes, there is one, AWS EC2 overview. Let me click on that. Inside that, it will be having all the information about EC2 instances. Before it opening, what I will do, I'll just go to my AWS console. I will show you the servers, how many are there. Yeah, in my environment right now I have created only one server for the demonstration purpose. You can see, right, only one instances in the AWS. This information now I should get in the AWS, in the Datadog. Okay, now we are in the AWS EC2 overview dashboard page. Let me see how many servers were discovered so far. Yes, I could see only one server discovered, that is ending with 3DD. Let me go to my AWS console and let's see that one. Yes, 3DD, right? Same server which is present in AWS, that we have discovered in the Datadog, and you are able to see the data also associated to that, like CPU utilization, memory utilization, memory, like IO related, network related, everything will be captured by this time. You can see, right? Yeah, disk used by the devices 73%, and then memory breakdown related, and then available swap memory related. If I come down, what is the load average thing, then CPU utilization related. Here you will find the host information, then CPU credit consumption, right? All the informations are available. Even you have the information related to the network, then that is network in by the instance type, and then network out by the instance type. Then IO related information is there. It is going to capture all the data now just with the help of that integration part, right? One more important thing is we can create the monitors also for this one. How to do that? You can just go to the any one section. For example, CPU utilization, just click on these 3 dots and then click on create monitor, so that it will go to the monitor section and you can make the necessary change over there. Because I already discussed how to create the monitors, you can watch that video, right? I just give 15-20 minutes back only, I have explained completely. Okay, so but what we have done completely now, we have integrated our Datadog with AWS. Earlier when I went into this host map, it was nothing, right? Now it is able to show the data here, right? This is my instance's name, right? So now we understood completely how to set up the Datadog and AWS integration. So just remember these points. IAM role and IAM policy plays a very important role. And in this demonstration, I used the manual method. If you want to use other method, that is also well and good. If you want, let me know in the comment section. I'll explain that as well in another video. Okay, now the next concept. Hey guys, welcome back. So now we'll start learn about Datadog Metrics, like how they work and how to use them to create the monitors, for the applications and infrastructures. So first of all, what is metric? Metric is nothing but it is a numerical measurement tracked over the time. And you should be able to see all the metrics related information in the Datadog in this particular place. Let me highlight that. You can see, right, if you open the Datadog console, here you will find an option called metrics. If you click on that, we can learn more about that. Let me go and click on the Explorer. As I said, it is going to give the numerical measurement. I'll just give an example. Consider we have the CPU usage 90%. So 90 is a numerical measurement. Or memory related or logical disk space related, whatever the value we get, that numerical value we call it as a metric here. So not only for CPU, for everything we consider it as a metric only. For example, by default it has selected one thing here. If you notice here, CPU user, okay, system CPU user. For the last 1 hour, it has given a beautiful graph for us, so that we can clearly identify at a particular time what is the CPU user percentage. For example, at 12:18, 26.33%. Like that, you can get the clear graph over here. And it is completely depending on the time you are selected. For example, now I have selected past 1 hour. If you selected past 4 hours, means it will give the graph based on that. Here you are not able to see any data because at that particular time our laptop is shut down, because I am using the Datadog Agent on my laptop. Since that time I have not yet turned on, it is completely empty. So now just 1 hour before I have turned on my laptop, and you are able to see the data at that particular time period. Then if you want to add any extra query here, for that also they have provided here add query. Along with this CPU user, if you want to add one more query, that you can do it here. I will show you that part also within 2 to 3 minutes. Then first I am explaining what are the options were available here. Now in the display there are 3 things: lines, areas and bars. Right now default it is taking line option, so the graph you are seeing in the line format. Suppose if you select the areas, then it will change in this format. You are able to understand, right, what is the importance of different displays. Let me select the third option, that is bars. Now in the bar it will give the data like this. Hope you understood the things here. Now you are not able to see any data over here. That is because I just stopped the Datadog agent, so that you are not able to see the data. Let me start the agent and you will able to see the data back. Okay, so just to show you guys how it works, I just stopped it manually, but within a few seconds you are able to see the data over there. Okay, let me make it as again last 1 hour so that I can explain the things correctly. So we are done with the display part. Then comes color. Here there are multiple options were there. You can choose anyone, whatever you feel good. For example, if I choose warm, so based on that it will change the things here. If I select the purple, so it will change the color into the purple. So whatever looks good for you, you can select that part here. Right now we'll talk about this one, from. Okay, right now we have not mentioned anything, so it is taken automatically. Suppose if you want to get the data for a particular server, I mean metric data, you can give the name here. For example, you just need to give the host, then followed by the name of that, so that it will give the information only about that particular server. You can see, right, now it is highlighted with the particular host name, whatever we have given here. Suppose if I remove this one, so that it will go automatically, it will give the generalize. Let me show you that. You can see, right, now it is giving the general information altogether. And one more thing, notice, right, we are getting the data here because I started the Datadog agent, and that's what you are getting the data here. Okay, so from you cleared, right? Along with names, you can provide the tags also. If you have created the tags, based on that, if you want to filter here, that is also possible. For example, I have created one tag that is a test, and based on that you can see the data here. Right now it is not going to make any difference for you because I have only one server in my lab environment, so everything looks same. But if there are thousands of servers, it will make the big difference over here. Okay, then here you are able to see the metric. Right now it has chosen system.cpu.user, but if you want to select for other, right now you are not interested in the CPU user part, you are interested in the disk free part. So for that, what you can do, you just remove here and type disk. So it will list out whatever the options or whatever the metric available with respect to disk. So based on the requirement, you can choose that. For example, I want to know the disk free, so that you just select that part. It is going to give the data disk free related now. So I want to see it in the areas format so that it looks good for me. So I just changed that. You can see, right, this is what the disk free right now, and I'll remove this tag as well so that it looks better for me. And here right now, if I select the system disk free, it is giving only one value. But if you go into my Windows Explorer, if you see, there are multiple disks were available. You can see, right, C is there, F is there, G is there. That is not visible here. It is giving some general value. To get everything display here, you can provide the things here. For example, if you want to see for the device C, just select this information. You will get for the C drive related. Now you can see, right, it is highlighting here device C, how much free space is there, 40 GB is there. Like that, if you want to see it for the different one, you can select that, like device G I want to see. it is able to give the information related to device G. And if you don't want to do like this, if you want to do it for the based on the device's name itself, you can give the here inside the average by, you just give the device name, so that it is going to separate automatically for you. You can see that different colors also given here. Let me make it as different here so that it will be good to understand. Yeah, you can see that this one is for C drive, this one is for F drive, and this one is for G drive. Whenever I take my mouse over there, it is highlighting that particular one only. You can see right now I am at the C, so it is telling for the C drive 40.15 GB is free. If I take the mouse over the F, it is saying 161.4 GB is free. This is how it works. And it is not only for one server, you can do it for the multiple servers as well. For that, you just need to do here, give the everywhere, or you can give the server's name based on the requirement. And then, so I am just selecting the system.disk free here, and if you are not sure what all are the metrics were available, in such case what to do, where we can find out complete list of metrics. That is also very important, right? For that, you can click on this three dot option and then click on the summary. Either you can take use of this option, it will go into your metrics section, like whatever available in your environment, or else you can go to this metrics section and then click on the summary. It will come to this particular page only. Whatever looks good for you, you can choose that. Since I am already in this particular page, I used that option. Just I went into the three dots and then I click on the summary. Okay, as I said, here you are going to get the complete list of metrics that are available for the Datadog. Right now you can see right total 179 metrics are available, and you want to export all these metrics into CSV format. Just click on this export as a CSV, then finally click on export CSV so that it will get download automatically. You can see right 179 metrics were successfully exported, that you can share with your team members of the management if they have asked, right? And then comes this filter part. If you want to see for any particular metrics, as I said, if you want to know the metrics related to disk, just type the disk so that it will display whatever the metric available with respect to disk. You can see right disk free, disk in use, disk read time, disk total, disk used, like that it is. And also here also you can make the changes. For example, I don't want to see container related. Right now it is giving everything here, but I don't have any container monitoring right now. I want to unselect that so that whatever the metrics were there related to container, it will go automatically here. So that's how you can take use of the filter things here. And again, you can filter it by the help of the tag as well. So right now I don't have any tag except this test only, so I'll just filter by the name test. If anything is there with respect to test, it will display here. You can see right 149 metrics were there where I can see the tag as a test, right? So let me close this one so that it will go to the normal thing. So right now it is again 178, right? So I'll search by the name CPU. You are able to see all the data here. Then I will do copy this one. Okay, then I will go back to the Explorer and I will search there. Now I came back to the Explorer page where you can paste the required metric, then click on OK, so that it will give the data as per that. Now it is giving CPU dot system related metric for us. And as I said earlier, we can add the multiple query also here. For that, you just need to click on this add query. I'll just click on add query, and here I will provide related to disk free, okay, or disk used, you can say. So now we can get the data for two things here. You can see right, one is for the system related, another one is for the disk used related. Two separate graphs are available here. And if you want to view the information in the full screen, you can take use of this option. If you just click on the view full screen, it will go to the next section. You can see the data separately, like how we were saying earlier. You can get the data, and as I am telling, this is completely depending on the time filter whatever you selected. For last 1 hour, 30 minutes, like that it is. For example, if I select past 2 days, so it will give the data according to that, right? You can able to see right now I am getting the data for past 2 days. Then once you are ready with all the data, you can save this information into the dashboard as well. You can see that save to the dashboard. Just click on that. You can provide the name to the dashboard and save it. For example, I'll give it as server related. Just for understanding, I'll give it as server info, and then click on save and open. So now it will open the dashboard section where you can see the information whatever I have chosen so far. So this is how you can take use of the metric to create the dashboard, so that it will be easy to see the data in the single dashboard about our entire infrastructure related or application related or service related. You can see, right, now I added everything here, and right now we are in the dashboard section. You can see, right, we automatically came into dashboard. How it is done? With the help of this one only. We just click on the save dashboard and it went into the dashboard section. And again, if you have one more option here, that is called more. If you click on that, for this one you can create the monitor and you can also save this information to the notebook as well. So for now I'll just give an example how to create the monitor from the matrix. So for that, what I will do, I'll just close this one so that it will be easy to give the idea about this one, and then I will make it as device name. Okay, now it is segregated separately, like F drive, Z drive, everything is normal now. So what I will do now, I'll just go to this more section and then I'll click on create monitor. Once I click on create monitor, it will automatically go into the monitor section. Okay, right now we are in the monitor section, and inside that new monitors and metric monitor has been selected automatically. We are not done anything. Datadog itself has selected the things automatically, right? Now I will show you how to set up the monitors for this. You can see, right, it has given a beautiful graph also. What is the current disk used for each drives, like C, F, G. It's highlighting the things here, C, F, G. Okay, I'll just come down and it has taken automatically system.disk used metric automatically here, and then it is selecting for the last 5 minutes, average last 5 minutes. If the threshold is greater than, I could select 30 GB, I can say. So you need to understand how it will give the value here. I am giving 30 GB, right? So based on that it will calculate. If you give just 30, it will not take. So we should give the proper value in terms of bytes here. You can say, right, now it is 27 GB. For understanding purpose, what I am doing, if the disk used is greater than 27 GB, I want an alert. That is how I am setting things here. Okay, you can see, right, already some drives are already at the 113 GB. So we should definitely get an alert for this, right? So if you want to provide some information, you can give here like disk used, and here you provide the things like email IDs and all. Okay, so I can just give some random email ID here, and inside that I'll mention disk used, and then I will mention the host name. Okay, it should display the host name as well on that alert description part. That's it. I'll just click on create publish. Okay, one more thing here, if you want to make any priority P1, P2 and all that you can give it here, and I already discussed about this information when I was talking about monitors. So I'm just now focused on the metrics part and how to get the monitors with the help of metrics. So that's what I'm not explaining much of the things here. So what I have done, I just clicked on create submit button. Okay, now you can see, right, device C, I mean C drive, how many GB free is there, device F, device G, everything is here. But since it is last 4 hours, it is not giving the data in a correct manner. Let me make it to last 5 minutes so that you can see the data. You can see, right, device C is having the 122.95 GB disk used, and here it is used just 2.11 GB, and here it is used 102.9 MB. So definitely for C drive we should get the alert because it is 122, but for in our condition we are given just 27 GB something, right? So we should get the alert for that. So just wait for a few seconds. You should be able to see the alerts. Right now it is seeing all 3 okay. Yeah, now you can see, right, it is highlighted in the red color. Let me make it to last 5 minutes so that it will clearly visible for you. Yes, you can see, right, for the C drive it is giving the critical indication, that is the red color indication, because it is having the value 123 GB, but what we have set the threshold just 27 GB, right? But for these two it is not giving anything for the F drive and for the G drive because that is below the threshold. So here also you can see, right, 2 are okay, means G drive is okay, F drive is also okay, but one is alert, means one is having the issue, that is C drive. And also you can select here also according to the requirement. Like I will choose here monitor the behavior for C drive, so that you will able to see the data only for the C drive here. Let me click on here. Yes, you can see, right, now the graph came in a beautiful manner. Like that you can separate the things here as well, and again if you want to unselect that you can do it for here, right? Then here also you can see the information like whether it is okay, alert, no data, warning, so that also you can do it here. Now what I will do, I'll just go into the monitor section and I'll see the alert whether it is created or not. Monitors, then I will go into triggered section. Yes, you are able to see, right? Now one alert is triggered for the disk used, and the device name is also it is showing, and how like 3 minutes before only it got triggered. It is going to give the age of that alert. Then it is going to give the priority. We have selected P2 and it is showing P2 here. You are understanding, right? If you want to analyze more about that, as usual, just click on that. It will go to that alert section and you can perform your activity. Like if you want to resolve the issue, just click on resolve and then click on confirm. So if everything is normal, you can just do that part, right? Hope you understood how to take use of the metrics in the real-time environment. Just go to the Explorer. It is going to give the all numerical value for you. So based on that, you can create monitor or you can create the dashboards. Okay, now the next section.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now we learn about how to do the Docker monitoring in Datadog. For that, we need to have a server. On that server, we need to install the Datadog Agent. Then we can make the necessary changes for monitoring the Docker. Okay. So first what I will do, I'll go to AWS console and create one virtual machine for that. To create a virtual machine, you should go into AWS console, then click on EC2. Inside that, then go into the instances. Click on launch instance and here provide the name to the virtual machine. I'll give it as Docker test 02. Okay. Then scroll down. I'm using the OS as Amazon Linux. Then if you want to create a new key pair, just click on this option, and if you want to use the existing one, just click the scroll down button and choose the necessary one. For example, here I will use the first one, that is DOC key pair. Then come down and I will not make any changes after that. I'll simply click on launch instance. Within a few seconds, our virtual machine is ready. Once the VM is ready, then I'll install the Datadog Agent on that. Okay, again I'll click on this instances. Select that instance name by clicking on this and then click on connect. Then scroll a little down. Here you will find an option called connect. Just click on that. So it will directly open the VM now. Either you can take use of the AWS itself, or if you have the PuTTY or other softwares, you can connect that virtual machine using those applications. Okay, now our virtual machine is ready. If you want to see the host name, just type host name. It will display the name of that. Yes, this is the name of our virtual machine. Okay, let me go back to the Datadog and then click on integrations and then install agent. Because we need to install the Datadog Agent on that Linux virtual machine. So just click on the Linux and scroll a little down. Then if you want to segment your data with the proper environment details, just click on this drop down button and choose here, like development, prod, staging, like that. Now for demonstration, I'll click on staging. Then I'll click on select API key, use the existed one, and then click on use API key. For creating the new one, here is the option. Okay, use API key. And then our command is completely ready here. So the next step is you need to copy this one, right? Copy to clipboard, then go to the virtual machine and run that particular command. Okay, right click, paste, enter. Now the process is started. Within a few seconds, our Datadog Agent get installed successfully on this virtual machine. And also Datadog start capturing the basic metrics like CPU, memory utilization, disk, IO related things. But to monitor the Docker, we need to make the certain changes in certain files. I'll show that how to do. Okay, now the agent install is completed. As it is clearly highlighting, installation is complete. So our VM is ready. Now on top of this virtual machine, we need to install the Docker. Then only we can monitor the Docker from the Datadog, right? So to install the Docker, we need to follow the certain steps. I have listed all the steps here and I will provide this information in the description as well. First, we need to update the packages. The command for that one is sudo dnf update -y. Let me copy that and I'll go to the virtual machine and I'll paste that. Okay.
first command is completed. Let me clear the screen so that it looks better. What is the next command? Next command is install the Docker, and it is sudo dnf install docker -y. I just copied this one. I'll go to my console again and I'll paste here so that it will install the Docker on this virtual machine. You can see, right, it is downloading and it is doing the necessary things at the background automatically. We are not doing anything. Everything will be taken care by that particular command itself. Once the Docker is installed completely, we need to enable and start that Docker. And also we have the commands for that. You can see, right, to enable and start the Docker, we need to follow this step. This is first one and this is second one. Let me check whether it is completed or not. Yes, now it is completed. I'll go to the file again and I'll enable the Docker. Simply copy this one, go to the VM again, paste over here, enter. That's it. It's completed. Next one is to start the Docker. You need to use sudo systemctl start docker. I copied, then I'll paste, enter. Great, it is completed. It means our Docker is ready. To check the status of that one, you can use sudo systemctl status docker. If you want to restart, use a restart docker. Right, I'll paste here, enter. Yes, you are able to see the status here. Now it is active and running. It means with respect to the Docker installation is everything is good. Then what is the command to check the version of the Docker? Here you can say, right, Docker version. You need to execute these lines. You are able to see the Docker version. Yes, Docker version 25.0.8. And now we need to run one more important command, that is adding the user to the Docker group. Okay, so I'll just copy this information and then I'll go to the virtual machine and I'll paste that so that the particular user will get added into the Docker group. Okay, I'll come here and I'll paste it, enter. That's it. Now we have added our user to the Docker group. Next. So what are the things we have done so far? We have built the virtual machine. On top of that, we have installed the Datadog Agent, and then we have installed the Docker. Then we need to configure the agent for the Docker integration. So once you install the agent in any of the virtual machine, then conf.d file play a very important role. Let me show you that where it will be. I'll clear the screen first. Then go to cd, that is change directory, then etc, and then Datadog Agent. Okay, then I will click on ls. So it is going to list the files whatever available. I am very much interested in confd. You can see, right, there is a one folder called confd. So if you want to list the information in a much better way, you can type ls hyphen or minus ltr, so that it is going to give the data in a proper manner. You can see, right, I'm interested in this one, conf.d. So to go into that particular folder, what I will do, I'll type cd then conf.d, or else you can click on the tab, it will take automatically. Click on enter. So now we are in the conf.d folder. Let me do the ls. Yes, it is going to display list of the information here. If you are interested in the Docker part, so then take use of this docker.d folder. If you are interested in any other technologies, just take use of that. I'll talk about that information in another video. But for timing, we are interested in the Docker monitoring. I'll go to the Docker folder. So to go into that, yes, the same command, cd docker, right, enter. Okay, now we are in the docker.d. Let me do the ls. Yes, here is a one file by the name conf.aml.default. So we will not touch anything over here because it should be there always. But what I will do, I'll create one more file by this name like conf.yaml, and inside that file I'll make the necessary changes so that the integration will establish between the Datadog and the Docker for pulling the matrix. Okay. To create a new file, what you can use? You can use the copy command, that is cp. Okay. I'll type that here, cp conf, right, conf .yml .default to, what is the new name or what is the another name of the file? I will give it as conf.yml. That's it. Click on enter. Okay, I'm getting permission denied. Let me use the sudo at the starting and then I will enter. Yes, it is completed successfully. If I do the ls, now I will see two files here. You can say, right, one is conf.yaml, which is I created now, and this conf.yaml.default was given by the Datadog itself. Okay. Now we need to make certain changes in the conf.yaml file. Usually the Docker will expose their matrix in one particular path. That information we need to give inside this conf.yaml. What is the exact path of that one? What are the changes we need to do? Let me show you that. I'll open the Notepad Plus again. Here it is. You can see, right, Docker will expose the matrix in this particular mod. So this information I need to add in the conf.yaml file. So what I will do, I'll just copy this information. Okay, I'll minimize, then I'll open the editor. For example, here I'm using vi editor. I will type sudo vi then conf.yaml and then click on enter. Remember this point, vi is the editor. You can use other software as well, WinSCP and all. It is up to you, whatever the editor you can use. Let me click on enter. Yes, you can see, right, now we are inside that file, right? To make the changes, what we can do, we should go into the insert mode. To go into the insert mode, you should click on the I. Okay. As soon as I click on I, you might notice something here, that is insert. Earlier it was not there, but when I click on the I button, it went into the insert mode. Okay. Now what I will do, as per my requirement, inside the instances section, I will add that particular information. To do that, I'll just come down and I'll paste over here. Okay. I have entered the information here, but this is completely based on the YAML file, as you are already aware. Please make sure about indentation and all, right? This is not required. I'll just remove this, and then this should be here. Make sure this dash should be exactly below the A. Okay, make sure this dash should be exactly below the A. So now everything is good from our end. Once the modification is done, you need to save this one. To save that, you should click on escape :WQ then exclamatory mark. Let me do that. Escape. You can notice something on the screen, right? Then I'll click on colon and then W, then Q, then exclamatory mark. Then click on enter. That's it. So it means what happened now? I have edited that conf.yaml file like however I want. Means I have added the exact mount point details where Docker exposes the matrices, so that Datadog Agent can pull that information. Once the modification is done, you should need to restart the agent. What is the command for that? Sudo system ctl restart, not start, restart Datadog Agent and then click on enter. So it is restarted. To check the status, instead of restart, just mention status. Okay, it is active and also it is running. Let me come out of that. So now the configuration part is also done. Now what I will do, I will go to the Datadog and I'll see if any containers were there. Definitely there is nothing. Why? We have installed the Docker, but on top of that we are not created any containers, right? Let me show you that. If I go to the Datadog and then infrastructure and then click on containers. But now you can see that it is completely empty because there are no containers over there. To check whether containers are there or not, what is the command? Command is very simple, docker ps. Okay, now let me check it. Sudo docker ps. It is empty. It is just given the headings here, container, images, command, created, status, and all those things. But none of the containers were created. For the demonstration, what I will do, I'll create a few of the containers over here, and that data should capture by the Datadog. That's our requirement, right? So to create the containers, what is the command? That is docker, okay, it should be docker, docker run -itd ubuntu. Okay, let me use the sudo at the start so that it will not give the permission denied error. Click on enter, right? It is pulling the library ubuntu and creating something. You can see, right? Pull is complete. Now one container is ready. If you want to create one more, simply click on up arrow, click on enter. Another one is ready. I'll click on up arrow and then click on enter. Third one is ready. So totally we have created 3 containers. How to check whether those 3 containers are created or not? Yes, we already know the command, that is sudo docker ps. Yes, just click on enter. Yeah, you are able to see, right, what all are the containers we have created. And also you are able to see the name of that containers. Now if I go back to the Datadog, this information should be there, or it may come within 1 or 2 seconds if not yet captured. Let me go to that, then I'll go to infrastructure and then I'll click on containers. Inside the containers, I'm just waiting for that information to report here. Okay, still it is empty. Let me refresh and see that. Meanwhile, I'll try to restart that agent. That is also very much required. So I'll just do the restart. What is the command? That is as usual, sudo systemctl restart Datadog Agent. That is done. Now also verify the status. Whenever you make any modification, right, this is very much required so that Datadog can capture the data immediately. Status. Right, it is active and running. And also whatever the configuration changes you have done, right, inside that conf file, you need to verify that. To check that one, you can take use of the command Datadog Agent config check. Permission denied. Let me use sudo. I'm just forgetting that again. Okay, now it is open. If you observe here properly, you should be able to see the Docker information inside this file. If it is there, it means everything is good. Okay, now everything is good from the server end. So I just came back to my Datadog and I'll again go to the infrastructure and then containers. By this time, we should be able to see the details like what all of the containers are there, what is the CPU, memory usage of all those things. Yeah, you can see, right? Now it is highlighting 1, 2, 3. We have created 3 containers, right? That is what it is giving, the 3 container information. Right now it is giving 0% because I am not doing anything there. Definitely it is 0. But good thing is we are capturing the matrices from that. That's what our agenda, right? But if you are running any application, something like that, definitely whatever the CPU it consumes, it will give that information here. Like that, if you go to the right section, you are able to see the memory related information. This is also very minimal. That is fine. I'll just scroll a little down. You are able to see, right, these are the 3 containers which are up, and image is Ubuntu. What is the total CPU usage and also the memory usage, byte sent, all the informations are available. If you want to take use of the filtering from here, like I don't want to see the information about this particular container. Just I'll unselect that information so that it will automatically go from here. You can see that only 2 are available now. Even the graphs also changed to 2. Like that you can take use of the filtering from here. Not only from here, if I go little up, you can do the same thing from this section also. Filter your containers. You can use the exact container names, or you can take use of the tags or any other things. Whatever is possible, everything you can do with the help of filter. I'll just click on this container images. I want to show you one thing. If I scroll down, here there are 2 things. One is not running, another one is running. So what is this not running? We executed one small command in the Docker, that is hello world. So that is just run that script and give the output. That's it. It is not going to do anything. After that it will be in the stop state. That is what it is showing, not running. Let me show you that what I am talking. I'll go to that EC2 instance and I'll type sudo docker ps-a, so that it will list everything, whether it is running or not running, not a problem, but it will list everything. You can see right in the screen, it is clearly mentioning hello is also there. But if you see the status, exited 40 minutes ago. Other it is showing up. That is the one which I wanted to show here. Okay, not running. You can see right, hello world is not running. I'll go back to the container section. So here, as I said, you are able to see all the information, right? CPU, memory, each and everything. With the help of this one, you can create the alerts, or you can create the beautiful dashboards. Alert part I have covered. Hope you understood that information completely, but dashboard is still pending. I'll cover that concept also in this particular video. Just wait for some more time so that you will clearly understand. But yeah, with the help of this information also, you can create the beautiful dashboards. That is what my agenda. And as I am telling, whatever the containers I am running on the virtual machine, it is going to display everything. For example, I'll go to the virtual machine again. I want to create one more container. The simple command I will run one more time. Okay, and that is docker run itd, right, ubuntu, so that I'll show you how the new container will get added into the Datadog. Okay, this is completed. Now if I check the status again by using this command ps-a, you will see this information as well. Earlier there were 3, now it is 4. Why 4? Because we have added one more container. The same information, if you check in the Datadog also, it will show here. Let me refresh. Right now it is 3. I'll do a refresh and our Datadog will capture that information as well. Yeah, now if you see inside the container name, we have 4. Earlier it was 3, right? Now it is 4. Hope you understood how to add the containers into the monitoring, and you are able to see that information here also. Yeah, but one thing is, you are noticing everything is 0% in the CPU. That's what I'm highlighting. I'm not running any application over there. The main agenda for this video is how to integrate Datadog with our Docker, not about what is the CPU consumption and all. I'll talk about that in another video. As I said, if you are interested in the Docker part, let me know in the comment section. I will do a separate video on that part, how it works, how to configure, all those things, right? And one more option is available here, that is processes. If I go to the processes, it will be definitely empty now because I have not enabled the process level monitoring on the virtual machine. So it is not going to give any information. If you want to do the process level monitoring, what you can do, you can just enable that process monitoring on the virtual machine so that you will be able to see the data over here. That is also again simple. Should go into the etc folder, then Datadog Agent, and there you will find a file called datadog.yaml file, and inside that you make the certain changes, make the process enable to true. That's it. Save the information. Within few minutes we're able to see the processes as well here. Hope you got the complete idea how to set up the Docker monitoring in the Datadog. Now the next concept.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now we'll learn about another important topic in the Datadog, that is real user monitoring. I will show you how to set up the real user monitoring in Datadog. For demonstration purpose, I have created a small HTML file. Let me go to the file explorer, right? If I double click on this index.html, it will open in the browser and it will show the information like this: Datadog rum demo page and some other information available here.
Now I want to monitor this one. For example, if I click on this particular application, that should be tracked in the Datadog, or if I click on make an error. So each and everything should be captured inside the Datadog. That is our requirement. That we call it as real user monitoring, right? So for that, what I will do, I'll just go to the Datadog console and I'll go to the digital experience. Inside the digital experience, here you will find an option called real user monitoring. There are multiple sub options you can see, right? Summary, Explorer, optimization, feature flag tracking, right? Manage application, generate metrics. All these things are related to the real user monitoring only. Either you can click directly on the manage application or just click on real user monitoring. Both are going to take you in the same place. For example, now I will click on manage application. There it will give an option to create a new application. You can see, right, at the top you are able to find one option called new application. Let me click on that new application and provide the application name here. For example, I will give it as demo 02. Okay, then inside the type you need to choose what type of application it is. Is it a JavaScript, React, Android, iOS related, React Native, Kotlin, Unity, Electron, Roku, or Flutter? Many options were available here. For demonstration purpose, I am taking use of JavaScript. Let me click on create application. Okay, so that it will go to the next section where it is going to give the complete information about our client ID and application token. Those are the two important things in our requirement. Okay, here now we are in the demo 02 and finish setting up your application. Okay, what are the things we need to set up here? There are three things. Either you can take use of npm or cdn async or cdn sync. For this one, I am going with cdn async. What is cdn async? Here you can find the information. Paste the generated code snippet into the head tag of every HTML page you want to monitor. Okay, so we need to copy this particular code and add into the HTML pages. Okay, meanwhile, if you want to provide any environment information here, that you can give here, like I will give it as production. Whatever you mention over here, the same thing will be get updated into this particular code. Likewise, service name it has taken by default demo 02, like application name, whatever we have given, and everything is same here also. If you want to modify it, of course you can modify. Likewise, if you scroll down here, we have set up as 100% for the session sample rate and 20% for the session reply sample rate. I'm not touching anything here. I'll just leave as it is. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll just copy this particular code and then I will go to my HTML page. Okay. Here is my HTML. Right click and edit in the notepad so that I can add this particular information here. Open with notepad. Okay. Now already it has some information. I have added this one for another demo, right? I'll just remove this one and now I will add whatever I have copied. Okay, that's it. I'll again click on file and then click on save option. I will explain one more important point here. Okay, it is saved now. I'll just double click on this index.html. Okay, anyway the page is open and we are able to see the result whatever we expected. But one thing you have noticed here, it is opening from the local path like C user admin, like it is taking complete path information and through that it is executing. But Datadog will not understand this particular point. It should be enabled via the browser. Okay, so how to do that? For that we need to run few important commands. Let me go to the notepad plus. Yes, this is the one. You need to execute these particular commands inside the command as an administrator. Now what I will do, I will open cmd as administrator. Okay, and then I will click on S, and meanwhile you should go into the path where that particular file is located. So let me copy this one and again I will go to the command prompt and then I will paste here, then enter. Now we are in the Datadog directory, right? Now we can run this particular command so that it will open as a web. Then click on enter. Okay, serving HTTP on port 8000. Okay, now we are good with this information. Now what I will do, I'll open this information in the browser. Okay, and you are able to see the data. Let me open a new section, paste here, then click on enter. Right, You are able to see, right? Earlier through the path it was giving the result, but now you can see localhost port 8000 we are giving here, and we are able to see the data. If I click on this information, it will captured in the Datadog. If I click on make an error, yes, it will also get captured in the Datadog. Whatever we do over here, everything will get captured in the Datadog. So since I'm using the demo environment, I have done these kind of things. But in case of real-time environment, you need to talk to the developer and provide that particular snippet to the developer. They will add into the HTML header. What I am talking here, yes, this particular code you need to send it to the developer and they will add it. Yes, you are able to see, right? Now the real user monitoring is enabled. You are able to see the information. Real user monitoring is enabled. If you want to disable, just click on disable option. It will disable automatically. And now if you want to see the metrics associated to that, like performance metrics, right? Load time, is there any errors, how much count, total viewers, everything will be captured. Now what I will do, I will copy this particular link and I will open multiple times so that it will get captured and I can explain you in a better way. Make an error, click me, right? These all other things are capturing at the back end. You will come to know. One more time, or else you can open one more browser and paste this, open, then click me, then make an error. Everything is captured here. When you click on make an error, right, that will be captured in the Datadog as an error. I'll show that part, right? So now I'll come back to the Datadog console. Then if I scroll down, here you will find an option called performance metrics. So it is going to display the list of the performance metrics for us. So it is going to give the data when you click on that. For example, rum measure error, rum measure session, rum measure view inactive. So many metrics were available. You can directly click on this option. It will take into the metrics explorer section, or else you can click on this metrics and you can search these options one by one. Both are going to give the same result. If you want to create any custom metric, then click on this generate custom metric and take use of that particular option. Okay, what I am trying to say is, if there are any errors, if you want to see that, how you can achieve that? By using this particular matrix, rum measure error. So if I click on this option, it will go to the next section where it will show the error result if there are anything. Okay, now let me open that and I'll show you if there are anything captured by this time. Now few errors are captured here. You can see, right, that is count is 1. And let me make it as last 5 minutes so that it will be easy to see the graph. Likewise, you can check for any other information as well. Like I'll scroll a little down and I can show you for okay, let me take this one, rum measure session, and I'll open again. Like as I said earlier also, both are going to give the same result. Either you can copy from here. Okay, let me unselect and then select this one, right, and I will go here. Here you can give the exact name of that matrix. Both are going to give the same result. Let me do Control V. You can see, right, session count is available. For error, for inactive, frustration, lot many options were available. Now I will choose only rum measure session. If there are anything captured for that, it will give the result. Right now only one session is available and you are able to see that information as well. Okay, at what time it is? It is 16:18. Now if you want to see the metrics information like load time and all, for that you should go into the digital experience and again click on manage application. Okay, here it is going to give the complete list of application available in your environment. For example, right now there are 10 applications in our demo environment. In that 4 are not instrumented. So that is what it is highlighting as not instrumented, and 6 are instrumented. Okay, now we are very much interested in the demo 02 part. Let me click on that option so that it will go inside and you can see the data in a great manner like how we did last time. Okay, then here you will find an option called real user monitoring. Let me click on that real user monitoring option so that you can get the data in the graphical manner, like it will give the information in the graph wise. Right now there are total 7 views in past 1 week. Let me make it as last 5 minutes. Okay, so that it will be easy to show the data. Okay, in last 5 minutes now the count is only 6. When you select last 1 week it was 7. Then here you are able to see the timings when it got happened. When you open that particular page information, right, it is going to show that 23. Now it is 16:25. We have opened at 16:23. That means 2 minutes back we have checked that information. Suppose if you have opened that one more time, that will also get captured automatically. I'll show you that. Now it is 1625, right? Let me click on this OK, copy the URL and open it one more time. Then click on enter. So if you wait for 1 or 2 seconds, even this information also get captured here. Let me go back to the Datadog and I will refresh this section, right? At the end, like 1625, we should see a view there. Earlier it was 1623 was the last, but now we should see at the 1625 as well. Means it is giving in the 24 hours timing format. It means 425. Okay, so just wait a second and come down. Yes, you are able to see, right? At 1625 also one view got captured. Why? Because we have opened that. If I scroll down, you are able to see the much more information like loading time, largest contentful paint or first contentful paint, interaction to next paint. All the informations were available, but it is taking some time because just now we have instrumented our application, right? It will take some time. I will show you that. For time being, I'll just stop my screen recording. Once this data is visible here, I'll just record the session one more time. Okay, now the wait is over. We are able to see the data here. You can see now loading time how much it is. It is 0.82 seconds. Likewise for the largest contentful paint also you are able to see. Like earlier whatever it was empty, right? Now everything is with a complete information, right? If I come down also you are able to see the error. Now it is showing the error rate as 50%. Why it is so high? Because in the page itself we have given the instruction like that. Whenever you click on this make an error option, so that will consider as an error in the Datadog. Right now it is showing 34 count. It means what? 34 times we have clicked on that make an error option. If I click again on multiple times, again that will also get captured and the count will increase that count, right? 34 to 40, 50, whatever the times you click on this option, right? That will get captured in the Datadog. That is how it works, right? Like that, if you want to see other information, for example, you can go into the performance dashboard. It can give the detailed information about your applications, whatever you are able to see in the previous screen, right? Likewise, you are able to see much more information in the performance dashboard. Let me open that. Yes, now the page is open. Here you will find lot of filter by option. Right now, you can filter it by the device name or browser or based on the country, environment. Lot of option is here. For example, if I click on the device type, right now it will show only one, that is desktop, because I'm opening this application from my desktop. But in case of real-time environment, this will be opened by the many machines, either from the laptop or desktop or by using the mobile. Many more things will be there, right? Or by using the tablet. Each and everything will be captured here, and based on that, if you want to filter, then go for this device type and select the proper information. Likewise, if you click on browser, it will show one again here, that is Edge, because right now I am using Microsoft Edge. Likewise, if I open this particular application from the Chrome, right, then it will show the Chrome information also here. Then comes the country. Right now it will be India because I am connecting from India. Suppose if the application is connected from the US or England, all those things, it will get captured here. The data whatever I am selecting, that is for the past 30 minutes. If you want to make the other changes, you can select accordingly, like past 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or based on the calendar time also you can choose the date here. Okay, let me scroll down. The total number of views in the last 30 minutes is 14 and the loading time is 531 milliseconds, and you are able to see the data in the graph as well. Okay, I'll scroll a little down. Here it will show the largest contentful paint information and then the interaction to the next paint information. Okay, I'll scroll down, then the total count is 14. What is the time it has taken? Okay, I'll come down. Then comes the resource analysis. You can see the different resources here, right? Document, image, JS, that is captured here, and count information also captured here, right? Come down. Then number of long task per view is available. Then long task impact on the top user action is available. Like click on make an error. You are able to see, right? Click on make an error. This option it is talking about actually. Okay. So the count for this one, that one is 9, and then click me is 8. Then click is 1. Where it is capturing this click me? It is capturing from here. Okay. You are able to see click me, right? It is capturing from this particular place. Here you are able to see P75 long task duration as well. Okay, how much time it is taking. Now the error count is increased to 48, right? Why it happened? Because we have clicked on this make an error option multiple times. That is what the count is increased to 48. Okay. So before going into the error dashboard option, I will scroll down and I can show you other option as well. Inside the slowest resources, it will give the information. What is the type of that, whether it is a document or is it a JS, and what is the average duration of that. Document is taking how much minutes time, or JS is taking how many minutes of time, and what is the average size of that. If you want to know the more information about that, you can just click on view all resources. It will go to the separate section and it will give the complete information about that. Right now I'll come back to this error dashboard and I'll show you that. Let me click on this error dashboard. Okay, now the page is open. You are able to see, right, total error rate is 41%, but in case of real-time environment it is not acceptable. If the error rate is 41%, means most of the times our application is down only, right? But since it is a demo environment, I have made this one purposefully. Okay, I'll scroll down again here and it will show whenever it got captured that information. 1638, 1647 and then 1651. Like that, if I click on this make an error option multiple times here, again this will get captured. Right now it is showing what is the time, 1651, right? But now the time is 1654. So if I refresh this particular console at 1654 also, you are able to see the error count there, right? Just wait a second, I will do that part as well. I'm just refreshing that one so that it will able to see the information for the 1654 as well. Yes, great. Now you can see at 1654 also. Earlier it was at 1651. Now it is at 1654. How it got captured? Because we have clicked on this make an error option. And of course you can have the lot of filtering option over here as well. Based on the requirement, you can do either by using the application name, error source, path group, view name, country. Lot of things are available. Okay. Come down, code errors. Come down if there are any network error, that will also display here, right? Likewise, you are able to see one more option here, right? Share. If you want to share this particular section or a screen to anyone, you can just click on this one and you can copy and you can provide the information to the other people, and when they are click on that particular link, right, it will automatically come to this particular page. That is what the importance of this particular share option, right? And also we have some more option here, like share is available, show overlays is available, configure is available, clone is also available. For example, if I click on this configure option, you can clone to dashboard and you can schedule this one as a report. Lot of option available here, right? So now you got a complete understanding about real user monitoring, right? If you understood completely, just comment it out. To achieve this one, what are the steps we have performed? First, we have created one HTML page, right? Then we went into the Datadog section, that is into the RUM, and then we have created the code for that. So what are the informations were available in the code? Mainly we need to worry about two things. One is public token and then the client ID. Once code is ready, you need to copy that one, add that information into the HTML header. Add that information into the HTML header. After that, we need to open that particular HTML page as a browser. For that, we have taken use of this particular command. Let me copy this one. Okay. So at the time of performing the demo in your laptop or in your virtual machine, right, you need to follow the same step over there. So once you created that information as a browser, simply you need to open your browser like Google Chrome or Edge, enter this particular URL multiple times. That's it. So whatever the times you enter in the browser, right, all that information get captured in the Datadog. Either it could be error, it could be a views, it could be a success rate, everything will be captured in the Datadog, right? Now the next section. Hi guys, welcome back. So we already learned about how to work with real user monitoring in the Datadog. Now we'll start about APM monitoring in the Datadog. For demonstration purpose, I will take an example of simple Flask demo application on the Amazon Linux 2023 server, and I'll show you that. And it is like complete end-to-end, like how to install the agent, how to run the app, generate the traces, and visualize the performance metrics in the Datadog. So from scratch to the end of the application performance monitoring,
we are going to learn here. Now we have already built a virtual machine in the Amazon, and I will install the Datadog agent on that. To check the status of the Datadog agent, whether it is installed or not, we already know we need to use sudo system ctl status Datadog agent. Okay, then click on enter and you are able to see whether it is there or not. Yes, you can see, right, Datadog agent, and it is actively running. Okay, so once you install the Datadog agent on a virtual machine, our next thing is we need to enable the APM on that server. Okay, so to enable the APM on the server, what needs to do? There is one important file in the Datadog that is called datadog.yaml file. Find that file. So there is a path called cd etc then Datadog agent. Click enter and then do ls. Okay, particularly I'm talking about this particular file, datadog.yaml. We need to enable the APM monitoring inside that YAML file. How to open that file? For that we should use the vi editor. Let me enter the command sudo vi datadog.yaml, then click on enter. Right, now the file is open. We are mainly interested in the part of APM configuration. For that, what you can do, because it's a very big file, right, to identify where our exact keyword are present, you just click on the / and then type APM _ then type config, so that it will display wherever that particular keyword is there. Now you can see, right, wherever that APM config is there. So our main interested part is this one. When you see this particular section, here it is commented, means right now that APM monitoring is not enabled. So for that we need to enable it. To enable the APM monitoring, what we need to do? First we should go into the insert mode. To go into the insert mode, you just click on I indicates insert mode. You can see, right, now the status is changed to insert, and bring your cursor to this particular line and remove the hash. If there is a hash, that means that is commented. If you remove that, then it will be uncomment. Okay, if I scroll down and go to the enabled also, anyway it is true, but it is also commented. We need to uncomment that, right? So now I have uncommented it and I will save this particular file. How to save that? You need to click on escape, then colon WQ, then exclamatory mark, and then click on enter. So we have edited the Datadog YAML file in such a way that we are able to perform the APM monitoring going forward. Okay, now whatever the changes we do over the YAML file, after that we need to restart that, then only it will take effective. To restart the agent, we need to use the command again, sudo systemctl restart Datadog agent. Okay, then click on enter. It is restarted successfully. After that, you can verify the status. To check the status, just replace restart with status. That's it. Okay, then click on enter. It is showing unknown command. Okay, I have entered the word status as a wrong here. Let me write correctly, status. Then click on enter. Okay, you can see, right, it is again active and working as expected. And also you want to check the health of the Datadog agent, you can type Datadog -agent then status. Click on enter. Okay, permission denied. Let me open it as a sudo, then enter. You are able to see everything here. Okay, if you notice properly here, for the APM it should be true. Okay, let me see that where is the APM details over here. Okay, you can see, right, APM agent status is running. Okay, what we have done, we install the Datadog agent on one virtual machine and then we have enabled the APM monitoring. Now what I will do, I will build one Python application, right, and then I will monitor that one in the Datadog. To build the Python application, first we need to install the Python in our virtual machine. What is the command to install the Python? For that you need to type sudo dnf install -y, then type python 3 space
python 3-pip. Okay, then click on enter. So now what it will do, it will install the Python. Okay, now the installation is going on. Within few seconds it will get complete. Yes, the installation of Python is completed successfully. Next step is installing the Flask. What are the commands to install the Flask? For that we need to type pip3 install Flask and ddtrace. Let me click on enter so that it will install automatically. So each keyword is playing an important role here. For example, pip3 or Flask or ddtrace. So what is pip3? Pip3 is nothing but that is the Python package manager. Okay. Then Flask. Flask is nothing but it is a lightweight web for the Python. And finally ddtrace. It is an APM library for the Datadog. So now we have installed the Python and also the Flask. Now I will create an application on top of this one. Let me clear the screen. Okay. Now I will create an application on top of this. For that, first I will create one directory that is by the name app demo. Okay. Now I will go to that particular directory. Yes, let me do the pwd so that it will give the present working directory. Right now I am in this particular directory. Right. Now to create application, what I will do, I will write one .py file and inside that I will enter my code. Okay. How to create the .py file? For example, you need to type sudo vi. I will type app.py. py indicates that is a Python file. Then click on enter. Okay. Now we are into that particular file. Here I will paste my code. Okay. I copied and I have pasted here. Okay. Now I have added my code into this particular app.py file. Then click on escape, :wq, exclamatory, then click on enter. So what we have done, we have created the file and then we have added the code into that. Now when you do the ls, you are able to see the file name, that is app.py. Okay. So after that we need to run this one with the help of Datadog Tracer. And for that I need to enter few commands here. Let me right click and paste. Okay. Yes, this is the one. If you want to modify anything here like service name, instead of Flask demo test, if you want to give your name, that is fine. Depending on the applications, you can give the name over here. So once you have given the information, then click on enter. Okay. Now it got executed successfully. Now what I will do, I'll go to the AWS console again and then click on the instances and I will open the same server again. Okay. I'll connect with another terminal so that I can enter the commands. I can use the curl commands, okay, to connect whether that web URL is working or not, right? The server name is ind002. I'll just click on connect, come down, then click on connect. Now I will try to run the curl command so that it will tell whether it is able to communicate or it is able to open that browser or not. I'll click on enter. Yes, you are able to see the result. It means our application is working as expected. Hello from the Datadog APM demo, right? So now whatever I executed here, right, this information will get captured in the Datadog. I will show you that one. Apart from this, I will run one more command and that information also get captured in the Datadog. What is that one more here? I will run this one. Curl http localhost port number 9000 and then compute. I'll click on enter. You can see, right, computation is done. It means our application is completely working as expected. Now I will go back to our Datadog console. Okay, and then I'll click on APM here. You are able to see our application information. For example, my application name is Flask demo test and how many requests are there and what is the latency information you are able to see here. If I click on this particular application, then you are able to see the status of this one, whether it is okay or not okay, and other metrics also you are able to see. Let me click on this. Here you can see, right, the health of this particular application is okay, and this is built by using the Python, and this is our application name. And here you will see the number of requests and error details. Okay, inside the request you are able to see two things here. Why only two? Because I executed this particular command 2 times, right? If you remember, right, I executed this one 2 times. For that reason 2 requests came over here. And if there are any errors, that information it will display here. Come down and you will get the latency information as well, and along with that the endpoint details also you will get here. You can see, right, these are the 2 things I executed. One is compute and another one is this one, right? one is compute and another one is this one. So the same information captured here. And request 1, because I have executed only one time, and you are able to see the latency information. Then error rate is also available if there are any errors. Okay, if I go to the traces also, if there is anything collected, you are able to see the trace information as well. Let me click on that. So if there are anything, it will give the information. Right now, these are the things captured by Datadog. Date, what is the service name, what is the resource name, duration, and what is the status code of that, right? What is the span and what is the method we used, get, put, all those things will be there, right? Inside the API, we have used the get method. And also you will see the information over here as well, status information. Right now, it is giving OK equals to 2. It means 2 are there, it is giving 2. If there are anything errors, then it will display that information inside the error. And our service name is class demo test. And resource information is this one. If you want to select or unselect, that is also possible over here. Let me unselect this one so that it will go from this particular screen. Right now I unselected the get, and you are not able to see over here. If I select it back, then you are able to see that information as well. Now if you want to get more requests over here or traces over here, what I will do, I'll just run these particular commands again and again so that you can get the data over the Datadog. Let me go to the server. Okay, I'll run this one again. Click on enter. Okay, it is giving the error as failed to connect the localhost. Okay, maybe that app is not running now. I'll just go to that particular path. I'll do the ls. Okay, it is there, and I'll run it one more time. Okay, I'll then click on enter. Okay, now it is executed successfully. I'll open our AWS console and I'll connect the server one more time, and then I'll execute those curl commands, and then you are able to see the data in the console. Okay, just a second, it will connect within few seconds. Okay, meanwhile I'll copy these lines to execute. Now it is establishing the connection. It is done. I'll paste it and I'll run it. It will allow now. Okay, it is connected. Hello from the Datadog. Let me run it one more time, this compute one, right? So that in the Datadog this information will capture. I'll execute. Yes, it is completed. And now it is showing 2, right? If I refresh this console, now the count will increase to 4 because I executed those 2 lines, right? If you remember now. Let me run it one more time or refresh this console. Okay, right now it is giving the count as 3, but definitely it should give the 4. Maybe it is taking few seconds. Let me refresh, and so that you can see the 4 OK status over the console, right? Now you got the complete understanding, right? How the APM work inside the Datadog. Yes, count is 4 now. If I refresh, now the count is changed to 4. Okay, you are able to see the same thing as well here. So like this, if you run that particular line multiple times, that information will capture in the Datadog. Okay, now the next section.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now in this video, I'll show you how to set up the service monitoring in the Datadog. Already we discussed about how to do the process monitoring in Datadog, but now we are mainly focused into the services. So whatever the things you do over the Datadog, everything based on the configuration file, that is .yaml file. So to do the service monitoring, we need to make the necessary changes over the .yaml file. I'll show you where that is located. I'll go to the file explorer, okay, and this PC, and then C drive, and then program data, and then Datadog, and then config. Inside this particular config folder, if you click on W, there is one particular folder is there by the name Windows Service.d. You can see, right, there is one folder called Windows Service.d. If you want to play anything with respect to service, then you need to make the changes over here. If you want to make any changes for the registry, then you can please check this particular folder. Like that, for events related, you should go into this particular folder. Right now I am working on the service part, so I will go into the Windows Service.d. So inside that .conf.yaml file is there here. You can see that conf.yaml. So if I open this one, so it is going to use some examples like how to set up the service level monitoring into the Datadog. Already they are given detailed information. So if you want to set based on only service name, or all the services on the server, or all the services along with the particular state, like automatic or manual, like that, different options were there. Like if the starter type is disabled, manual, automatic, how we can set up everything they have given in this particular YAML file. Based on our requirement, we need to make the necessary changes here. Okay, for now what I will do, I will enable the service monitoring of all the services.
For example, if I go into the services section and type services.msc, okay, these all are the different services are available in my server. Now what I will do, I will enable the service monitoring for all of the services, and then I will create the alert only for this printful service, so that you can completely understand how to do the service monitoring in Datadog, right? So for that, as I said, we need to make the necessary changes in the conf.yml file, right? Conf.yml file, and also please remember this path. So this is the one you are going to play with each time, right? Whatever the changes you do, this particular path should be must and should. So for this one, I'll replace whatever the information given by default with this information. So what it is going to do, it is going to check the instances information, then the service information. Here I mention it as all. All indicates it is going to check on in all the services. So if you are interested in only particular service like Spooler or Datadog, that information you can give it here, right? So you can give however you want, and later I am telling, right? And also I'm telling, right, you can give the startup type also here, like manual, automatic, all those things. Just to make it easy, what I am giving, I'm just giving all. It means it is going to monitor all the services, whether whatever it would be the status and other configuration. Once you made the changes, just click on save option, and then I'll click on cancel. If I run it again, you are able to see the new information whatever I have added, right? Now I'll just close this one. What I will do, I will open the command prompt as admin, and I'll check the status of that one, whether our configuration changes are reflected or not. Probably it will not reflect now because we have not yet restarted the agent. For that, what I will do, I will go here, I'll just restart my agent, so that whatever the changes I have done so far, that should get reflect automatically. If not reflect also, I will tell you what to do for that, right? Now the restart part is done. Let me check the status in the command prompt. Let me open command prompt, and the command we should use is, we should go into C, program files, Datadog, Datadog Agent, bin, agent.exe, then status. Okay, so first we should go into that path, and then we can run this command, then only it will take. Okay, then what I will do, I will type agent.exe status. So it is going to give the current status, like what all the things were added. So here we should check for our changes, like we have added a Win32 service related, right, information, like all the service I want to monitor, that information should be present here. If that is not here, then Datadog will not monitor that. So right now I'm just looking for that particular information. WinProc, uptime, telemetry, NTP, network, memory, IO, file handle, disk, CPU, container related, running checks, right? All these things are there, but I don't see anything with respect to service here. For that, what we can do, let me go into the checks and then click on the manage checks here, and here you should be going to the add checks. By default, sometime it will be in the edit enable checks. You should go into add checks. So we are interested in the service part, right? Let me come down and click on service here, and you can see, right, this is the information we are given. Information is already there, but it is not taken effectively. So for that, what we can do, we can click add check, so that now it will come and sit inside the enable checks. Earlier it was not there, but this should give the information now. Again, I will just restart the agent so that you can see the information over the command prompt. Okay, now the restart is completed. Now what I will do, I'll go to the command prompt again. Okay, I'll run this information again. So probably this time it should capture the service information because we made the changes in that file, right? They should be there. Let me go up and check that. Okay, aggregator, WinProc, yes. Now you can see, right, earlier this section was not there. Windows service section was not there, but now it came automatically after restarting the agent. How it happened? Because we have added that check in the Datadog. So please remember this point. It should be there. Windows services information should be there in our path. Okay, so like just remember the path, whatever I said. Now if I go to the Datadog console and try to enable the service monitoring, it will work there. I'll just close this one and I'll go to Datadog section. Then I'll click on monitors. I'll show you how to do that. Then click on monitor list or new monitor. So from that particular place you can create the service monitoring. I'll just click on new monitor. Okay, here you have an option called service check. without making those necessary changes whatever I have done so far. If you came directly here, you can't do any monitoring. Okay, so you have to do that part, then only it is possible to do the service check. And when you are doing first time, this information will not be there, like Windows services, whatever you are seeing, right? Inside the select check, Windows service state would not be there. First you need to make the necessary changes in the conf.d file, like whatever I said so far, then only it will start appearing here after restarting the agent. And then here comes the required host or service where you want to do that. For example, I want to do the spooler service monitoring, right? So that I'll just select Windows service spooler here. Then comes the third step, set alert condition. I will not touch anything here. Warning, critical, okay, everything is fine for me. And then I will make the some information here. I will provide some information here, so that going forward, whenever this particular alert creates, they should capture all this information in the alert description part, like service, okay, and then name of the service, that is spooler. You can give the status as stopped, and then you mention the server name as well, so that they can really understand. You can give the same thing over the subject line as well, that is not a problem. And if you want to add the email IDs, you can add over here. For example, I'll give some dummy email IDs here. Okay, you can give the email IDs like this, then click on create and publish. So what we have done so far, we have enabled the service monitoring in the Datadog. I'll show you the alert part also, no need to worry. So for making the alert monitoring, what you need to do, you should go into a particular path and then make the necessary changes. What is that path name? I'll just give the information here so that it will be easy for you guys. Let me copy this, go here and paste. Inside Windows Service D, you need to check the conf file. Okay, conf.yml file. This file is already there by default, but you need to make the necessary changes. In our example, what I have done, I have added all the services into the monitoring. Suppose if you are not aware how the YML file works, so you no need to worry, just copy this information, go to the any browser, okay, YML checker or YML validator. So there are n number of websites, you can just open that and paste your code or the information. So it is going to tell you whether all the indentation are giving properly or not. Let me click on go. Yes, it is a valid YML file, you no need to worry about that one. Like that you can validate before uploading the information over that particular file. Okay, once you have done with all these things, then restart the agent. This is what we have done, restart the agent. After that you can check the status by using agent.exe and then status. So where this path agent.exe, it should be inside the bin. Okay, I'll just give the path also here, it should be inside the bin. So once you went here and type particularly this command agent.exe status, it should show the Windows service related information. Windows service related information. These are the things we have done so far. Now what I am showing, I will show you the alert, how to set up the alert for that. Okay, so let me go to Datadog again. Yeah, you can see right now it is showing service spooler stopped hostname. This is the exact name of our alert monitor, and it is showing okay, means let me make it to last 5 minutes. Okay, it is giving the status as okay, means it is now under monitoring and status is also good. Just to demonstrate what I will do, I will go to service.msc and I will stop this particular alert now. So what should we get? Since I have stopped the alert in the service.msc, we should get a critical alert. It means now this graph change into the red color within few seconds. Okay, just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, so it will automatically change the status, because that is how we are configured inside our Datadog service monitoring. Okay, now you can see that the status is in the red color. Let me make it to the last 5 minutes so that it is clearly visible for you. Yes, this is what I was talking about. We have stopped the spooler service, right? Now the Datadog completely understood that service is stopped. I need to capture that information. So that is what it changed the color from the green to red. If I go back to the again alert section, right, you should be able to see that. Let me go there, monitors, and then click on triggered. By this time you should have one alert in the Datadog. Yes, you can see that service spooler is stopped, and it is going to give the duration as well, as we discussed already about that one, right? So this is how you can take use of the service monitoring in the Datadog. Now the next concept.
Hi guys, welcome back. Now we'll learn about how to create the dashboard in the Datadog. Now I have connected to the Datadog console, and here you will find an option called Dashboards. Inside that you should go into the new dashboard section and provide the name over here. For demonstration purpose, I'll give it as infrastructure monitoring, right? And then you can click on create new dashboard. So once you click on the new dashboard, to this particular dashboard you can add the data in multiple ways. Either you can take use of these different widgets and add the data, or else you can take the data from wherever it is present. I can show you how it works. For example, now I'll click on this time series option, and once you click on this time series option, it will go to the next page where it will give the information like this. If you are okay with this particular information, you just simply click on save. It will go into the dashboard. If you want to make any modification with respect to matrix, you can change the matrix name here. For now, I'll just click on save option so that this particular CPU user information will come and sit here. You can see right now inside the infrastructure monitoring, we have the CPU user information. This is one thing. Like that, as I said, you can add the data from the different places as well. For example, now I'll go to the infrastructures where it will list out the complete server information whatever present in your environment. For example, right now I have only one server. Let me click on this. Then I'll click on open host in the new dashboard, like open host in the dashboard. Okay, now the section is open. For example, you are interested in this load average part. You want to see this load average information in your Datadog. For that, what you can do, you can come over this particular screen and then click on this export option. Here you will find an option called copy. You can see right, you are able to see one option called copy. Let me click on this copy option, and again you go back to the dashboard and just simply do the paste. I'll go to the host section and then click on dashboards, and right, and this is the one I have created, infrastructure monitoring. Apart from that also you will get n number of dashboards here. This is directly given by the Datadog itself. If you want to take use of that, no issues, you can directly take it. Okay, coming back to this infrastructure monitoring. Okay, so I have already copied something. I'll just come here and I'll simply do the Control V. Right, now I added one more widget here. You can see that load average information also directly added into the Datadog. Not only from the infrastructure, you can get the same information from the Matrix Explorer as well. For example, I'll go here and then go to the Matrix and then Explorer. Okay, once you come into the Matrix Explorer section, you can provide your necessary or the required matrix information. For example, let me search by the name APM. So I want to see the usage of APM ingested bytes. Let me click on that. And I'll simply change the timelines because in last 1 hour I don't have any information. Let me make it as past 1 week. Yes, you have the data here, right? So now what I will do, I'll just click on this export option, then I'll click on copy, and again I'll go back to my dashboard section and I'll paste here. That's it. Once you do the Control V, you are able to see the data here. Okay, right now if you see, this particular information is empty because I have chosen last 1 hour. That is what it is empty. Let me make it as last 1 month or last 1 week so that you are able to see the data here as well. Okay, from the matrix also you have added, from the infrastructure also, and even from the using this particular section also you are able to add the data. Like if you click on add widget, there are multiple options were available. Depending on the requirement you can choose. For example, time series, query value, top list, table, list, pie chart, distribution, heat map, so many things were there. So once your dashboard is ready, then you can share that to the other people, like share dashboard, or if you want to schedule it, that is also possible. And even you can export the dashboard in the JSON format, or you can copy the dashboard in the JSON format. So many options were available. So this is how simply you can create the beautiful dashboards within a few seconds in the Datadog. So from this we have covered so many things in the Datadog. We learned about agent installation on Windows, Linux, process monitoring, service monitoring, Docker monitoring, application monitoring, real user monitoring, right, dashboards. So many things we have covered in this session. If the total session is useful for you guys, definitely subscribe to our channel, and also please share your opinions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and bye for now.